We live, baby. Yeah. I'm saying, let me go over here, see what you're talking about with that Litecoin, man. Matter of fact, shut these niggas up. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Man.
for sure. Just start using the Google Hangouts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty smooth. I got a recording, and when I finish, I'm gonna edit it and send it to you so you can make your final call on it. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think it'll be pretty nice for us. Whatever. It looks like it do a little bit of the same, and we have the option to make it free live stream to put everybody on or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like.
But can you click and drag like the audio and then the video files like we was able to do? Remember I had it?
You know what? I'm gonna let you because this is my first time actually hosting the Google Hangout, so I'm gonna let you know as soon as I finish.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Look at that motherfucker! Me salute your flag, your captain. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's why I'm checking it out tough. That right there, man.
It fuck around. The thing I really love about cryptos is because I mean, the flag is really gangster. What's happening with it? Monetary women in the motherfucker mourning. You know,
Morning, Ro. Morning,
What's the
son.
deal?
yeah, you can mute your microphone and then you can still talk. Okay, cool. Yeah, because if you talk, it'll come through mine. You know what I'm saying? What's good with you, Shine? Cups up this morning. Let's see. Got the flag set on the leg. Now, Ro, when do you really like to get when the flag breaks here, or when the flag breaks the axis? I kind of like halfway in that motherfucker. What do you really like to get in at on that? Oh,
Me like I like to get on the lower part. So if you look at the tail on those last two candlesticks,
yeah.
you got the bearish one, then the bullish one. I would like to I like to catch that tail
Okay,
because
you
I
like to
know
get
if
in
it
right there.
retrace, yeah, I can hold retracement.
Mm-hmm. Ah, that makes sense. That's a lot
You
more pip
see,
movement too.
like right where you were, it looked like you was at 243. That would
Yeah.
be a great entry point because it's to me like an odd number, like at
Mm-hmm.
43. So I enter that, but then I will get out on the even number.
Mm. That's a goddamn shot. You know, it's funny because normally I get in like someone right here once it like fully breaks this little pattern or whatever and just ride it up a little bit past it. But that makes sense to get more pip movement because just from 243 to where I used to get in at, well, how many pips is that? I'm gonna go to this little measure shift that's gonna measure the pips for us. From right here to where I would have got in at, my God, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Look how much money left on the table if you wait for too damn long, if you wait for too much confirmation.
But and then at the same time too, you can survive those pullbacks because you
Yeah.
see how far that candlestick actually went down. So if you wait for the pullback, it looked like it was gonna be another bearish candlestick, and then it pulled back hard and went back bullish. That's when you enter on that lower low
Yeah.
because now it's headed to that higher high out of the flag.
I know for a fact I fuck around and that's a good entry. Mean ass. A good stop somewhere around here, middle. You know what I'm saying? Right before the flag break and that I guess these long ass candles, for anybody who don't know, when they break out a flag, they call it was a ERC or something, extending range candle. And so like I really just like after they break a flag or rally based rally, I really just ride that first long leg up, you know what I'm saying, and just make sure my lot size can get it or whatever. That way I ain't gotta like if I ride this motherfucker, I ain't really gotta worry about none of this shit. Even though that comes up next and that's Gucci, but I just make my lot size and pips fit in this hole since I know it's coming. Whether it be like it break the flag somewhere up there, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you be doing good.
And
Let's see.
another thing that I know you'll be, oh yeah, that's clutch. You go ahead and draw it out, and you'll see this too. It's
Let's go.
actually a hammer right there.
Where
You
right
know
here?
how it's the pinball? Yeah, you see it? It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a green hammer, and it's real strong like that. The candlestick we looking at now going pretty much double the whole body length of that hammer.
Mm.
So that's gonna be that confirmation of that big shoot from out of the flag. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right here, the one that look like he got it's almost got a little pinball to it, but it's a nice little hammer. As
Nah,
which one? 4 hour? Yeah, it's a new choice starting with 9 minutes too, so that'd be a good time to peep a re-entry. Fresh new candle, let that bitch finish up. It'd be a good ass sound.
yeah, but nah, it's actually a green hammer, bro. It's go over to the right.
Right there.
No, hold on, you moving fast. Right there, yeah, that one. That's the one that I'm talking about. Look at the length of it. Look how long the tail is, and then look at the tip
Ah,
of the hammer.
okay. So that almost makes you ignore that little pin top, whatever, just because that body is that long, whatever. It's like it's an art, not a science. So it ain't, what I'm saying. So it's still hammer. It just had that little wick at the top that threw me off. So, but yeah, that is a mean ass hammer right there. That yeah, like you said, that covered really the whole spread of the flag too. Like from here to here, that's like all of it. That's the longest one too. Then you got
Mm-hmm.
the some over here. And then, of course, just because we got to always show our boy some love, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking me, Fibonacci. Gotta show our boy love. And mind you, this is the Lycon on the 4 hour. And so even though it's the 4 hour, I definitely wouldn't be riding this bitch for a couple 4 hour candles. I'd be riding this 4 hour chart, wait for that entry and ride that motherfucker somewhere else. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Oh, come on now. There we go. That's one thing I like about using Traders Way a little bit. Traders Way, Trading View is how they give you like these different little zones. So even though like you'll zoom out, you'll be able to see that shit whatever. Even though this shit will get too colorful sometimes, and that takes away your attention from price action, and nobody likes that shit. You know what I'm saying? But she did. Oh my goodness. 50. Look at that. Chilling at the golden ratio right before it breaks out. And breaks out over here gives us that new trend, which is exactly what we all expecting anyway. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's going once it break the 61.8, next stop 100.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what's cool though? And you tell me a lot of times it don't never really even hit 100 too. It pushes past 100 because it's a new trend, and then like maybe it starts slowing down. But I've seen a lot of times when like it's a downtrend, but now the retracement is gonna take over to a whole new trend going up this way. And like a lot of times you see that motherfucker like whenever it hit that, like it blasts through. Like matter of fact, what is green line is that whole blast through to a pip kind of like it did down here where it blasted through the 50, maybe just for a few pips, but like shit, that's a mean ass little area to get some money in.
You're exactly right, and it's pretty much a safe zone. It's gonna, like you said, it's gonna blow past it. But if you take profit at that safe point, I mean, you pretty much know there's something that can be consistent if you look for those.
Hmm. Goddamn right. Hey, did you see? I finished this yesterday. This quick little cheat sheet just for FS Glory. Like it's gonna be FS Glory, a simple FX, a JFX with just a couple quick hitters. Like I just picked the three I most fuck with on FS Glory and put them here, and you can zoom in and it doesn't distort or no shit like that. I put it in the group yesterday. It works perfect for using FX Glory. I'm actually for the use this motherfucker this morning as I go ahead and just walk through the process of me finding some trades in this morning. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, big good. That's gonna be lit. I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So I am recording and whatnot. So I mean, very very first thing I like to do in the morning, I got matter of fact, first off, it's so important to trade in the zone. You know what I'm saying? So monetary women over there, I can't show y'all her. She go cuss me out. I got my Bloomberg Live on. You know what I'm saying? I got my motherfucking me trading plans for my different accounts up, ready, available to be looked at. And I got them on the computer too. I share them, whatever, letting you know whatever. And even though I just cleared that bitch right there, my little peep board. So any news story I see or something I might want to peep, I might turn around and just scribble that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I got my motherfucking me coffee, my trading plan, and right in front of me. Let me switch back. Let me see to the what a screen. Yeah. Then I got my motherfucking me this right here is going to be released to the group coming up real soon. And it's really just this place where all your shit is, whatever, where you could put like, you know what I'm saying, your percentage plan, and you have all these little quick action shits to hit to. So I really let my percentage plan tells me what my TP is versus waiting for versus trying to get the whole candle, which I don't know. I mean, sometimes you can catch the whole, but To me, it feels like it's easier just to let my percentage set my TP, and I'll find what like a pip range, like from the 30 to the 50 might be like 100 pips, and I'll be like, if I know that bitch gonna move 100 pips, let me get 75 pips because I know I can easily get 75 out of 100, and now let me make that 75 pips with the proper lot size from this motherfucker right here reach my target percentage for the day. You know what I'm saying? So I know on this FS Glory account that I got up, I'm gonna be trading on the day. The rules for it are let me see. I got the rules up over here somewhere. The rules for it is 15 to 20% per trade. I always pull at 40. You know how sometimes the motherfucker be running. Pull at 40, and if you want a different lot size, pull at 40 and go again. You know what I'm saying? Repeat the process. Where's that motherfucker at? Telegram. There we go. So yeah. And sheet two is going to be available for the group as well in a welcoming package. So like I don't edit this whole every day. This is just like in front of me, so I automatically know what my shit is because I know we got to really keep it in front of us to make it a habit. So eventually it's in front of us so much, even when it's not in front of us, you can damn near memorize this whole right off the top. So I like to go in this so immediately, like okay, real quick, what's my doing? I want a 3-1 winning edge where I risk 10 pips for 30 or I risk 30 pips for 90. You know what I'm saying? And every 20 trades, I go back and back test and make sure at least 12 of them hoes is right. 12 out of 20, that's a 60% winning average. If I can get that, I'll be all right. Like I peep the weekday 4-hour, 1 hour, but really I'm trading on the day and the 4 hour with with FS Glory. Now cryptos, I ain't gonna lie to you, I be on that 30-minute chart and I might peep it on the hour chart, but them cryptos move too heavy for me to sit in that hole on the 4 hour chart too long. Ain't about that life yet, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Boys be sitting in the motherfucking crypto for a couple of days. I say, man, I couldn't do it, man. I'm gonna give me a little bread and get out. Matter of fact, when I went to Vegas, and matter of fact, right before Bitcoin retraced, I was up like 2,800 and was okay. Well, I'm gonna let that sit for a while because I'm, you know, what I'm saying, got off the plane and Ashley called me to me, have you checked your Bitcoin? Have you checked? No, I ain't checked nothing. Damn, 2,800 was a thing of the past, boy. I say that's why I take profit. Shit.
Yeah.
Made me so mad. It's all good. You know, on here, I'm New York and London, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. preferred. I'm using Fib, support and resistance, supply and demand with a smidge of the Bollingers. See, I got my pip goals on here. The cat, the end of the pound, are the main pairs. And when I feel freaky, maybe the pound cat, pound frank, 15, 20, I always pulling 40. Just some quick hidden rules or whatever, you know. And kind of remember, I was asking Ro for like a trading flow. You got your trading strategy, you got your trading plan and all that shit, but like an actual flow for doing or whatever. And he gave me that motherfucking jewel of IPDE: identify, predict, decide, and execute. And I kind of put it in like I guess a process for myself. I check the news. I go through my top-down analysis, month, week, day, leading up to the time frame I want to trade in. I probably put a fib line or some trend lines, flag, draw some zones and shit. I find my pip range. Okay, from here to here, look like it's gonna drop 200 pips. From that 200 pips, I want 150 pips. So I want all. Then I find my risk size and lot. Fuck around and IPDE, then execute the trade. Then she just come back and we'll see what's happening with it. So like that's how I'm operating on this account today. And I'll put this in the group too later so everybody can see my version of it and they can kind of hook up their own and shit. And so let's see. First things first. What we got on the news? Let's see. We got all this FOC shit. And FOC coming at 1. I'm gonna be done trading by then like a motherfucker. So that's good. I'm gonna be good in the motherfucker. And if you know me, you know I've been fucking with that CAD real tough. So I'm peeping the news. What we got? We got some US. We got some good US news coming on in an hour. So that's good. I might actually draw the chart up and wait for a new hour counter to get in since it got a lot of news. Maybe wait for it to start spiking and catch it. And we got some pound news tomorrow. So let's see. And I know for me, I always go over to, even though half the shit we already predicted in the group days ago, but I always like to go over to Investing.com in the morning and just check out those 5 things to know about the market. They have this article every day, you know what I'm saying? And it just kind of gives you a refresh on shit that's either going on that we already knew was coming up, like dollar breaks 5-day losing streak. So if the dollar is up, like my CAD short shouldn't be no good right now. You know, if the dollar is up, whatever going down. So I can go around and start looking at that. That's that. The ain't gonna lie, that ain't nothing but that Drew 101 checking that dollar index. That's why that nigga always got that dollar index up so he can peep so many pairs at once.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that motherfucker. That little small recovery from the day that's causing like 10 pairs to have some action right now, which is crazy. So what we'll do is we didn't peep the news. So only thing we got to do is go over to these charts and see what the scoop is.
Yo,
Over
what's
to the
good,
CAD.
squad?
What's
What
happening,
up, bro?
bro? Good morning to you, fam.
Hey man, y'all doing alright?
Yes,
Beating
sir.
it.
On these charts to see what's happening out here, man.
Man, I had to log in real fast, but I couldn't get to the phone. But I'm here now though.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's all that matters, or whatever. When we just getting cracking, or whatever. I'm
Oh,
I'm
for
just
sure.
I'm pulling up the CAD real quick. Let's see for the CAD. I'm gonna be pulling up the day over here, the 4 hour right here, and the hour. Normally I'd probably pull up like the month, week, and the day, but they got some news dropping the hour, so I don't want to be looking at too deep of a time frame and shit like that. Like at a quick glance before I even do anything, I'm looking like this motherfucker rising up. Especially on this 4 hour chart. I'm definitely got to draw some trend lines and from my fib to confirm or whatever. But I can tell that the Bulls was in charge for a minute, and now the Bulls are running out of momentum as they go into this little shit before it starts breaking out. And then it kind of confirms because the Bears are running out of momentum. The dollar is up on the day. You know what I'm saying? So it just looks like this is in for a buy, and that's just off the 4 hour chart before I draw anything. So let's see. Come
You
over
on the
now.
chart right now?
What's that?
You was on the 4 hour chart?
Yeah, I was on the forward chart of the CAD father.
Go to the 15, watch how the rally look. Cause it's finna go stupid. Look now, look.
Man, dog, I was just looking
Shit,
at that. I
that's
was just
crazy. Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. And see, right here, you got to just be about that action, boss. Hold on, you just got to be about that action. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be about that action. And this is the CAD. So real quick, I just put in a 10-cent lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop my fib to see exactly where I'm going. So I put in this 10-cent lot. So I know for a fact if I go up to about $50, $100 real quick, whatever, that's between 40 and 79 right there. And if I want 50 and 100 pips, I'm willing to risk somewhere between 10 and 30 pips. So risking 8 to 24 to get 40 to 79, you know what I'm saying, on initial trade, that ain't bad. And also this is a good part when all these different little accounts and shit come into play because I got like the 3 accounts and I'll place the trade in here and like this account needs to get 15-20%. And you see how I got the drawdown shit up here where it tells me exactly the percentages, whatever. Like right now I'm down 2%, but like we going with 15-20%. And on another account, I'll put in the same play, but set a TP for that whole at 5%. So I got one account that's getting my 5% a day. That's the plan for the group. Then I got this is my steady Eddie. Like this will be the account I'm charging. I started this one. Matter of fact, I put bread on this one on January 1st to do the whole whatchamacallit 20% plan on. Then there's another account, Buck Nasty. We're not gonna even get into that one right now because I'm trying to show people the better way to do things. Because in that Buck Nasty, we just shooting. Hey,
Hey, and
keep
then
it back and put your shit up.
I can honestly say, Clint, as a trader, looking at the way, like, if you have it, what you're doing right now, you have your chart. You looking at what's now. You bring it back up, the other one that you had.
Yeah,
If you have them side by side, you looking at that, bro. You already know what you're looking at. It's nothing to question. You like, okay, I know why I enter my trade. I know how much I'm looking for. I know why I'm getting out based off the formula that's already there.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You could draw the Fibonacci and draw and see where it's going. But if you have that formula there of the number based off the percentages, because percentages so important,
yep,
especially when it comes to the field. So like that
man,
that comes up with your own formula for based off, well, anybody can use it, but because of how much money that's in there. Don't like
you know.
if you put like 50, 100, $200, it's gonna like just change it up based by the formula, right?
Yep, exactly. See, like right here, like it was 143. I'll change that. So I think it's 133. Oh man, I made such a rookie error yesterday, and I want everybody to make sure, like on the demo, I do like my research and whenever I'm putting lot sizes in, I'm dragging in, I'm putting in spreads. Yesterday on the live account, bro, I opened two 50 cent lot sizes real quick to see the spread. Thought I was on the demo, and then when I looked up, I was like, son of a bitch.
Duh, damn.
damn, dog.
Tough dog. Tough dog. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so this is gangster in the bitch like And actually, I could have went a little bit less with it. So off the 133 that's in here right here, 20%, like that'd be 26 right there. And in this account, like I do it per trade. I don't even do it per day because, like, you put in this one trade and you close and you just come back at it again. So you'll fuck around and end up changing this one a day. But even if you stick to only 20% a day, I mean 20% a day, at the end of the month you breaking even with 80. Breaking even shit. You had 86. Yeah, 8,600. That's way far breaking even than just off of 133. But that will require you to have the discipline to not withdraw as soon as you see that motherfucker at 2 racks. Because I ain't gonna lie, I be fucking over my equity by pulling out. I mean, don't get me wrong, pulling out is a great practice, but not when you try to build your equity. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a bar? That's a bar, fool.
Straight
That
up,
is a
bro.
bar, dog. That's funny.
Nah, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man, like you start wondering, like, okay, why this account hasn't reached this amount or whatever, and you're just like, okay, well, like it's not about market analysis anymore, it's about the trader and his execution of like, okay, well, that's why I done got to the point where separating the 3 accounts. So the Steady Eddie, that's the one I'm withdrawing from every 2 weeks so he can pay some bills and they can do XYZ and shit. Then the one that's the 5%, I'm not trying to pull out of that motherfucker for 6 months. And the Buck Nasty, we can pull them hoes out as we dub up. That's why I like that, and that's why I like having that account, so I could just thug that account. I ain't got to worry about fucking up the plan by one pair that I was thugging on, so I can just leave that over there to JFX. They on some grimy shit. I am. We all in this hoe just being grimy together with JFX. But FX Glory, I treat them with a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? They regulated and shit. Not everybody regulated and shit.
Yeah, that's true, man. On that, and then that's a great way to do it. Break it down to with the different trading accounts. That's why a lot of brokers have it like this, so you are able to do it that way.
Yeah.
When traders first starting off early though, they got to figure out what type of trader they are.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that too. So they got to know, like, damn, if I'm a scalper, am I gonna sit in it long? Am I just looking to get this quick percentage and get out quick? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's so live about it with their formula. It's easy for you to just pick how you want to do it. And what I was reading in this book the other day, they were saying like off of each pair is different. So choose your execution based off the movement of that pair and the entry. So if you're looking for that 50 to 100 pips, then get that off of that one. Another pair might move 1,000 pips that week. Like it's just the way the market goes.
Yeah. The favorite part about your webinar from Monday, bro, it was real easy to miss. My favorite part from the webinar because it wasn't that nobody said no. I mean, the coin market cap was pretty gangster, but it was you had got in on a trade and it had barely started to reverse, but it showed you something that you wasn't looking for. The way you closed that hole, like let me show you the way regular people close bad trades. Oh shit, fuck around. Let me just go and take the deal. That's how regular people close a trade. I know that's how I was closing trades for a minute. My nigga, you hit the X and open up a new chart and was already looking for the next dub. That's pure trading in its essence. You're not worrying about lot size, risk management. The only thing you're looking for is your winning pattern that works for you. You ain't giving a fuck about. You're not interpreting. No information is negative. You're not giving a fuck if this and that going on. Only thing I care about is that am I looking for my dub? The moment you stop looking for your dub, you setting yourself up for failure. You closed that hoe with no emotion, and bro, you didn't even say nothing about it. You just carried on like shit just wasn't going on. I think you passed me the square afterwards. You just kept it moving.
And bro,
that was my favorite part because you really just showed it.
Bro.
Yeah, it really is.
You can never get too high. No, never get too high on your wins and never get too low on your losses. Like that's really true. Like if you win, good, close that bitch, look on to the next one. If you lose, fucked up, look on to the next one. Go back and regroup. Yep. Like it's like the constant balance of momentum.
Man, and also on any broker, like over here, we're looking at the profit and cash, and that's cool. But a lot of times, I like to turn it to points so I can see the pips. And even though that say 62, that's down 6.8. So like I'll have let me see, this up and this up, and so like right now I'm down 6 pips, and today just for 20% or whatever, it'll be $27 right there. So I got the 0.10 lot size in. I'm targeting about 35 pips. So I know when I get 35 pips, which is I like getting 30 pips and 90 pips, so like that's becoming what I like to do. So I know I can get 30 pips, whatever. So I'm getting 30, 35 pips, and I'm willing to risk a third of that. So I'm willing to risk about 12 to 15 pips or whatever. So like I know when I'm down like maybe 12 to 15 pips or whatever, I may okay, maybe let me start seeing if I, still feel the same way about it. But and that's why it's really like you set your schedule and you stick to your plan and you train your eye because a lot of times that motherfucker will get to right negative 10 pips and right before I close it, I'll give it like a cushion. You know what I'm saying? Just a little extra cushion, and you will find out your 10 pip stop loss. It really hit like 13 before it really went and did what it was supposed to do. So I like to take a like right before you close the trade, like on a stop loss, whatever. Give that a good breather. Make sure that it doesn't touch it because I found a couple of times, especially with cryptos, it'll touch right to the stop loss because think about it, everybody's drawing these same trend lines and they putting the stop loss right there. So the market coming in and they'll wash that motherfucker right out and then continue going down. So if my stop loss is really 10 pips, honestly, in my mind, it's maybe like 16. I always give it like a little cushion. That's why boys don't say stop losses no more because you put a that stop loss and get wiped out. And then, I mean, not even wiped out, just get closed on a loss when it should have been a dub.
You said that right on point, bro. I'm glad you mentioned that too. Depending on what broker that you use, and y'all can look this up. It's called stop loss hunting. Like brokers will go out and hunt for them like just like you said, because everybody's doing the same trend lines and stuff like that, hunting for them same stop losses. Now, if everybody know the trend is coming, we all know that it's gonna drop, right? They know it's gonna drop, so they like, all right. So if you did too high of a lot size, I'm gonna retrace this bitch 300, 200, then follow the trend, bro. That shit happens all the time.
And the worst part is coming back when you out to play and the bitch goes the way you thought it was gonna go.
Goddamn.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dog. That's why it's so important to have your attack plan and be aware of that shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when I first told that shit, I was like, what do you mean? Like these niggas really? Nah, man. I don't know, bro. That's some conspiracy shit. Then all of a sudden, every time I dub up, if I put a stop loss, that hoe will get got for. And it's like they were waiting for me to hit a big play before they okay, now you're reaching. Come here. Like in November, it was a mean ass Bitcoin play, and everything was good. The 2 cent was good lot, the 10 cent lot was good, the 0.25 lot was good, and it's going on the uptrend. So I decided to reach a little bit and put in a 0.35. Everything was good except for the regular ass piece. that 0.35 within a couple minutes was down 400. And I was like, oh, and it starts negating from your winning trades, which starts fucking up your winning percentage.
Man, you're right, and I'm glad you say. Yeah, that's another good shit, bro. Like me, I can personally say, if you gonna reach on your trade to try to build momentum, go smaller.
Yeah.
Bigger. Because you won't be greedy, because greed will get to you. It's less. You're not being greedy, and then you still have that momentum of your other trades to ride. If you do go towards your momentum, but if it goes against it, your other trade's still okay, and you can just close out with minimal loss.
Yup. And it don't really show you the interest. I mean, it really show you the power of compound interest and equity building because you think about if we were to get 25% on the year, 25% on the year, I'd be pissed off. Like, nigga, 25% a day. What you mean for the year? You tell a hedge fund manager that he got 25% return on the year, he's ecstatic. He's bragging about it around town. Why? Because they doing more with less. And then it makes them look live. Bro, you got 5%. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, you had $1 million, so 5% of that million looks beautiful, but you didn't do no live ass pimp hunting or whatever. You ain't got 5 pips with good equity. you know what I'm saying? Them dudes, they be taking the fun.
It's a book called Diary of a Hedge Fund Manager. And he basically giving the game of how he started, like with the hedge fund and everything. That's what I was saying, like how we would do everything. If we all, like I said, broke down and did our different trades and had all the equity, and we followed like a 5% plan, bro, on $1 million fucking dollars.
We'll do it right here.
$5 billion and shit like that, bro. Like, come on, bro. And then they all like it's like they say the owner, but bro, he got a whole bunch of partners that own that bitch with him. They'll never say that shit, bro.
Man,
they never say that, but it is there, bro. Like, look this shit up.
bro, look at this shit, bro. Like, look, I gotta expand the number fields to make sure we can see it. In a month's time, 1,000,000 becomes 3,000,000 off of 5%. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking crazy, man. That's why it's so important to get into that habit of building a winning edge, a winning strategy. So majority of your trades become blue, so you can slowly build that equity. And once you get to an amount that allows you to make the lot sizes you want, whatever it might be, like I know some accounts the target's 1,500 and everything out of there. Then some accounts shit 200 and anything over that comes out. You'll be able to just pull out and like not even have to put no more money in there. You know what I'm saying? He got the standard base in there. Like I know for the Buck Nasty, it's 1,500 and anything less than 1,500, I gotta grind it back up to 1,500. And anything over 1,500, it can be 1,502. That's my $2. You know what I'm saying? Like anything over that, and just and become strict with it. You know what I'm saying? Like pull that motherfucker out. And if I want a different strategy, I go to a different trade.
Mm-hmm.
Not a thing. I mean,
You
I
can
got
go to a
different.
different trade, and then we're gonna get to the point where we can go to different parts of the market. Because if we
Hey,
see the dollar index moving, like, okay, let's see what this gonna do with the stocks. Then let's draw up the candlesticks and look at the chart. Say if we did an option trade and we did a take profit on that, like we invested 200 and then said to take profit 1,500 off that movement. You know what I'm saying? That's moving. That's equity moving on stocks. Then you got equity moving on the forex, the crypto. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's all integrated together.
honestly, that is everybody talks about a diversified portfolio, but that's really what a diversified portfolio is. And the cool part is, it's all the shit we learning now. We just have to apply it in a different way for the markets. Because it's the
Yeah.
same shit, the same information. It's just you can't take an investing mind to trade, and you can't take a trade mind to invest, and you got to like switch your rules. And that's what's so live about. I mean, that's what the trade of being a trader is so interesting because it teaches you how to monitor yourself and to tell yourself, oh, now I'm doing this now. If you was to do that shit in the real world, you'd be considered shady, switching up depending on where you go or whatever. But on trading, that's beautiful. Okay, on stocks, I'm thinking like this. On my forex, I'm thinking like this. On cryptos, I'm thinking like this, based off that market or that pair's volatility, like you were saying, Ro, based off each pair. You would have to just find your vibe on that, on how I like to trade or whatever. I can't go into Bitcoin trading that bitch like CAD. I'm gonna get burnt. You
Nah, that's
know,
real. That's real. Hell yeah.
man. And like even though this trade is still it's still kicking it. It's like it's $3 over the spread. Like so off 20%, I know like $28 on this trade is 20%. And I know for a fact I got this $10 latte I was in whatever. So I'm looking at maybe for around 35 pips, which should be easy to get before news break or whatever, and that'll go ahead and clear that 20% right there. You know what I'm saying? So by letting the percentage chart tell me what lot size I need to be, because everybody's comfortable with getting a different amount of pips, or if you're not even sure about like the amount of pips you would get, like we're on the 4 hour chart for this whole matter of fact. Let's see, maybe not 4 hour chart because that's not that long. Let me go to maybe the hour. Yeah, the hour should do me well.
You hear me?
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, this shit dope.
Oh yes, sir, man. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. They around let you. Let's see. I mean, on the buy. Man, came down 23. That's beautiful. This crosshair tool on MetaTrader, it really works as a double because it just takes. So like I'm in right here, and I want to see from here to this 50 where it's gonna go. Because if it busts through this 38 like I want to, 38 to the 50 is damn near given. So I'll drag this motherfucker from here to here, and I can see right there that that's 10 points, 9.7, and I can see right there that that motherfucker is 20 pips right there. So on this hour chart, to get my percentage, I'm looking at it to go up to the 61.8. And the good part is my entry level is at the 38.2. So if I was actually making a stop loss, I'd put it on to the last level. And it's funny because the last level is down for like this next level. If you look right over here to the side, you'll see that it says negative 1182 and it says negative 148 pips. That's actually 14.8 pips. And if you remember from when we were talking about stop loss management, I was saying that I'm risking somewhere between 10 and 15 pips, and exactly it's 14.8 pips to get about 35 or whatever. How many pips was this? Whatever this was, well, that's 20. So I'm actually looking to get a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So
At
yeah,
that 50, if you do stop at that 50, what would your take profit be if it was at that 50? What percentage would that be? Hold on, let me zoom in and make is that no, that's 61.8.
yeah.
I'm looking for my
61.8.
phone, so
That
yeah.
is, let me see. I think that's 15%. Let me make sure. No, a little bit less. Yeah, it's 12%. When it goes, and mind you, 12% is a damn good amount to have. But yeah, that'd be 12% if it went up there, whatever. On that one, I've been talking a good 20, 15 to 20, but a strong 20. And I always pull at 40%. You know how sometimes you trade to be up. Like I got a point 10 on the hour, or whatever. And you know, sometimes you'll catch that rally where it breaks through all that shit. Like as a rule of thumb, I'm always gonna pull at 40%. And then at that time, if I want to get back in with a bigger lot size, I can because I got more equity. But on this, I know 15 to 20%, and I always pull at 40. You know, pull at 40 and repeat again a lot of times to give myself a bigger lot size. But let's see, what was I at to the chart?
You was right. That so usually me like, and I'm trying to see if you do the same thing or something similar. Once it get to that point, I either take profit or I let it ride and re-enter. You know what I'm saying? Because if I take profit, I
Hey,
re-enter with that bigger lot, or I
mm-hmm.
keep the smaller one in and then go re-enter with another one just smaller, just to ride the full momentum. So I know that
Just
pullback
about the
is
full
good.
momentum. Hey, you know what? Because we was talking about that. You know, it's like I'll open up like the same trade, but in multiple accounts. That's basically what I'm doing. What you're doing, but like on the Steady Eddie account, I have this pair open. As soon as it hits 5%, it's gonna close. But on this one, I'm gonna ride it for more. So it's just like that. I do the exact same thing, just separate between. A lot of times I either separate it from accounts. So I'd be like, okay, you got your 5%, so you good. Regardless of what happened over here, you got your five. Then over here, I'm trying to get 20, 30%. Then over here, it's a little bit more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's funny how you know we all learn the same tools, then we build like these completely different trading strategies, and we all kind of do versions of the same thing. You know, that's kind of loud in the bitch. And then you start seeing that all this shit really. I know Ashley, monetary woman, will definitely tell you all this shit is really just supporting resistance. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? New level, hit that hole, go to the next one, go to the next one. Matter of fact, that's what I was supposed to do too, is zoom out and draw my shits.
It
What's
is
that?
that's the simple part. The simple part about it is, yeah, it's gonna bounce off. High to high, low to low, support and resistance. The hardest part as a trader is like, okay, I'm gonna get in and out here with this particular lot size based off this percentage. Like that's important.
Man, straight up. Straight the fuck up. Let me see. I'm trying to. What's this? 4 hour? Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to zoom out to give me 2 points real fast. Even I can barely see that shit. You know, I used to make drawing trend lines real complicated. Them hoes real simple. Find you 2 points to set your trend line on and look for a third. That's really it. Yeah, like I used to like okay, what's the exact the way I need to draw this bitch to make sure like shit, that's it.
Don't- yeah, right on.
Even look how that just lines up right there. Let's see. And that's the 4 hour chart still. Go down to the hour.
It's another one you draw right below. You gonna see.
Ooh, I can tell you right now, I'm already seeing this drop. It's in this base before it rallies. I'm enjoying the fuck out of seeing that. And I still got the Bollinger Bands on it. You see how it's approaching that moving average. As soon as we get there, we going to be going definitely up to that. Hey, you know, I just realized, look over here. I still have the original arrow in from the my old take point with the CAD, whatever. So that's gangster in the bitch. That kind of lines almost, it lines straight up with the 4 hour too. Like it lines right up with the 4 hour top of the Bollinger right here.
That's
Like see this
tough,
little
man.
line right here. You know what I'm saying? That whole line up right there. So that definitely gonna make me feel good. But let me see. You say I was one more line I had to draw. Let me see. Actually, just because my shit's getting a look, just getting a looking blue, this I'm let me get a little go and just, you know.
Let me see. Have you tried the alligators before?
Oh yes, sir. Matter of fact, I'm surprised I ain't got a template the Gators. Well, I ain't got one for the Gators because I had one I had a 50, I had a I had a 5, and I think I had a 14. So I had a business week, a business 2 week, and then I had like a little over a month going on at all three of them going. Matter of fact, let me pull that one up real quick. Alligator 5, 21, 14, and I seen you had an 800 day moving average. God damn.
It's I use something. These the ones I use, and I alternate them sometimes depending on what I'm looking at. I use the 800, the 200, the 150, 14, and the 7.
In the 7. Mm. And that's beautiful because now that I done put down the moving average, the smallest one, which is the 5 day, whenever you see highest pro right there, like oh my goodness, I can't wait for this motherfucker to it's right there.
It's like pick me up.
Ooh, I ain't mad at you. I
Line.
ain't mad at you. That's a good ass entry. And the cool part is too is that like because the question I know the question I'm sure you're tired of getting is the how do you know you're gonna be right? How do you know you're gonna be right in the trade, whatever? Well, regardless if you're right or not, like you gonna be right, like a motherfucker. Because like worst case scenario, let's say that that it stalls out before the news break, and the news breaks and turns this into a flag, and it continues the downtrend that the CAD's been on for the last week. You know what I'm saying? The CAD for the last week been on the downtrend. So let's just say this hoe is not getting ready to bottom out in reverse like we think based off the shit that we've seen. Shit, that's no problem at all. Because on the other end, and mind you, honestly, when I get into a trade, in my mind, I'm already decided what I am. So right now, I've decided that I'm a bull. So I'm not looking for this bad thing. But in my back of my mind, I'm like, but if I'm a wrong bull, I'm gonna be a right ass bear. So so in my mind, I'm already starting to draw up. You know what I'm saying? This imaginary flag, like the flag ain't even formed, but in my mind, I'm already setting the parameters just in case I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, what it would take for me to be wrong? And it's funny you said this bottom line kind of lines exactly up where it would break the flag. So that bottom line, the trend line I drawn, that's a nice little a mental stop loss right there. Even though I ain't even thinking about going in and sell. I'm in buy mode real quick, but this line that I drew on that I zoomed all the way the fuck back to draw from this one here to lay on that one. That's a mean ass nice little stop loss. As a matter of fact, I thought it was the next one. Let me get to the stop one.
Yeah, it's a nice ass trend line. Nice trend line.
I think it's let's see. Oh yeah. So all I gotta do, so it's just shit. Wait, and see right here, like it says down 6 whatever. Honestly, that's down the spread and $1.50. So that ain't shit. It's down the spread and some change, whatever. A lot of times we gotta factor in. That's what right here, like not right, yeah, right here, you'll be like on the $10 lot size, the spread is $3. So that bitch ain't even down double the spread. So a lot of times people get into a trade and they want that bitch to be instantly negative. But peep though, it's still resting with it. It's within your stop loss range. It ain't even double your spread. So shit, you good. Like right now I'm peeping the trade right here. But if I wasn't peeping the trade, I'd take this alert because this is an alert, and I drag that bitch to like right here. So that's one thing too. I didn't know in MetaTrader you can drag your alerts. You ain't always got to go down here in the alert and create your alert. You can
Oh
create an
my
alert and
God.
just drag that bitch. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? So
my
like right here,
God.
I'll drag it so I get
Oh my
notified when it hits
God.
my imaginary stop loss.
Oh
So I ain't
my
gotta.
God.
Oh,
Oh my God.
that's funny. I just got a oh my
Oh
god
my
bind. Like
God.
I have it set up where like I get different sounds for when it hits the alert. And so since I put this whole down there, I think anytime that the chart is above this line, I get a notification. So I'm gonna put this whole back over here and create another one for the sale,
It's
which is cool.
8:30, so the market just opened up too in the U.S. So
Yep, about to get that. We're about to get that action, boss. So I'm buying in. So I want my condition to be a bid, and I want to be notified once the bid goes lower than. So yeah, This is the bid more than because the alligator eating the biggest one, and this is the one. So I'm looking for this right here, and the price I'm looking for. What was the price of this stop loss I was looking at? Oh, come on, don't be like that. Oh, well, you know what? I'm tripping. I can just drag it. So let me just put 1.25260. That's the current one sound. Hey, right here is important too. If you wanted to come to your phone, like if I was dipping, I'd make that whole notification, but I'm gonna be right here so it sounds cool. Maximum iteration. I like a good, you know what I'm saying, 10. I don't want to be blown up. Now let me drag this bitch to my actual little stop loss. So now I don't got a firm stop loss, so I ain't got to worry about them boys snatching me out. But I damn sure be notified if this whole go the other way. Every trade has a cost to find out if this pair is gonna work. Like you get in and you think you're gonna get 60 pips. Every trade has a cost of doing business. So like that's just possible stop losses and spread. That ain't shit but the cost to find out if this trade gonna work. So even if it hits here, I'm not gonna be bummed out or no shit like that. Whatever that was the cost of it was gonna work. And plus I'm practicing good risk management 3-1. So I can out of 8 trades, if you're doing a 3-1 win ratio, out of 8 trades, you can be right 2 out of 8 times and still break even. That's 25%. You could be right 25% of the time and break even. But like mine, I want to have a winning edge of 60%. So every 20 trades, I want to be able to look back and see at least 12 of them holes was blue. And with that shit, you break even at 25, at 60%, you weighed profit, and just start really just as you go, just continually fine tuning that strategy, and knowing that strategies are going to go through losing periods. Like if I'm using this strategy and I'm losing out on a CAD or something, I'm gonna fuck around and go to a different pair. A lot of times the trade strategy is working. It's just that pair is going through some shit right now. You can never be sure that you're going to be right. You can never be sure that the market's going to go this way because every new moment in the market is unique. But luckily for us, patterns in history repeat itself. You know what I'm saying? A pinball majority of the time gonna lead you to that. With a hammer for the most part is gonna let you know. Like my Jesus Christ doji that I fuck with tough. After that motherfucker, I used to think it's a selling indicator. Honestly, it's just it's a change. It's something about the happen indicator. That's what the hell really is. Like I really wish I could say that when I see that hell, I know it's going up, it's going down. When I see that hell, I know some action about to happen. So I'm for to draw up the Fibonacci and see which way this bitch going. Just draw it up and see what's happening. Find me an old trend line and see what's going on. Oh yes. Oh, and we all call it different things, bro. I think you call it. Don't you call it like rejection or some shit like this? Like when it goes like if these were longer. Matter of fact, let me zoom in because it might be good enough. But like let's say this was a downtrend and the bottom of this downtrend had a whole bunch of long wicks right here. It kind of looks like a nigga tap dancing on the line. Whenever you see a long trend finishing and a nigga tap dancing on the line, bro, it's about to go the other way. That tap dancing nigga can't help but run. Dog.
Them candles that you on right now, like like what let's see, you on the 4 hour chart, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Them 5 candlesticks, bro. All 5 of them hoes damn near, you know what I'm saying? They rejecting hard.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because like you say rejecting hard and then it start throwing people off whatever and they think, well, I thought most of the just shit is support and resistance. Rejecting hard, so aka this is now our support line, this our floor. So then now I'm looking at the last couple one right over here, and actually that's what my buy-in is. My buy is right at the floor because I'm expecting this bitch to go up, whatever. But look how it's respecting the shit out of that line. And I know a lot of times too, if you zoom out on your line and scroll back, like it's respecting right here, follow this line. It's respecting right here. You see how it got some action right here. It kind of go like, and every time it crosses this line, whatever you see that it had some action, it was going down when it hit that line and went up. Then when it, went down and hit that line again, it dropped for a mean ass time. You really start seeing how this moment right here that it is brand new. Yes, it's a brand new moment, but look how many times the market has respected it. And that's the 4 hour chart. If we was to zoom out on the day or some shit like that, we'll see constantly how that line has been respected by the pair. So whenever it's starting to break that line or rest at that line, you can be assured some action about to happen. You can be assured you about to get some action in that motherfucker.
Zoom back in on the 4 hour, like on the current.
Yeah.
I was looking. I think I seen. Yeah, is that a doji pattern right there?
Matter of fact, where's my shit?
The double doji.
Right here? Yeah.
Yeah, the invert. Yeah.
Double doji. Double doji, aka a reversal fucking pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Double
Look how
doji.
small it is, but it's there. I
Yep,
know where to
it's
look
right
for it.
there. So I had, you see, I had to bring out the damn magnifying glass to make sure. Right there, bro. Right there. Right, and then right after that, it started to go. Then right here, it tried to see. I like to read them hoes like a story too, because he opened up right here, and then it went as low as down here. But it wasn't about that action. If it was really about that sell action, it would have went down. But it wasn't about it. So it retraced up here like the bitch it is. Now it's starting to retrace, and now it's starting to go the way we expect, or whatever. So sit back, be patient, and go to another pair. That pair, you know.
Another
And you
boost of confidence you got is the one right before you. It made that hammer showing that it took that last hard rejection as is going up.
man, the last one before it starts to go.
Yeah,
See,
before the 4 hour now. You see how I
mm-hmm.
hit it last?
That last one right there.
Nah, go over
Hold on, my
to
mouse,
the one that's more current.
my mouse is tripping. There we go. Right here.
Yeah, right there. There you
Mhm.
go. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. Uh-huh.
He ain't want that smoke. Nah, so now it's going the other way, and it's real quick because like we've been talking about this pair, but we peeped the news to make sure that we wasn't interfering with no news before we entered the trade. When we got in the trade, we knew okay, well, based off this lot size and my percentage, I know what I need to target to. And you know the cool part is, I mean, shit, you can put a double the lot size in, and let's say you go get them 30 pips, and you can double up some more, whatever. But it's really just about what you want to do. Like it's getting ready to go up once. This motherfucker that see like right now it's getting ready to break or whatever. And my Buck Nasty account
Mm-hmm.
125 in, you know what I'm saying, and catch half of this pit movement or whatever. So every account, you got your 5%, you got the 15 to 20 that's gonna pay bills, then you got the Buck Nasty that that motherfucker hit big, pull out, go get a bottle. And that don't hurt nothing with the bills. That don't hurt the steady Yeti. I ain't got to worry about damn. I'm eating up my equity for a bottle. Now the one that I'm trying to build equity on, that motherfucker, we leaving him alone, and the Buck Nasty account can do all the shit, whatever. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I had an issue of hitting and pulling out some green. Matter of fact, to ask Mooch, when I got into the group, I thought this hoe was only gonna bring me extra weed money. I promise. I promise for no reason. And that whole fucking up my budget. So okay, well let me see how can I go ahead and get more green or whatever and not fuck up my budget. And that's the whole reason I got in because I was on eBay tough or whatever. But shit, an eBay win is a rack of more a month. A forex dub shit. You seen the chart shit. You know what I'm saying? Pay a
Yeah.
couple bills. I ain't got to tell some of you guys in the group that. That's one thing I like about the group only webinars too is we can speak frank because we know how this shit move and not saying that we know the whole market because we always been objective to it, but we can speak frank to each other. You know, so you see the potential in the market to pay bills, to pay vacation, trips and pips is all 2018 trips and pips, and that's
Straight
why.
up.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm making sure that okay, that account's gonna stick to this, that's gonna stick to that one real quick. And so we man, that's crazy because we did the Fibonacci, talked about hard rejections and how that led to a supply and demand. And even on my original trading plan, I wanted to bring up Bollinger, but like you ain't got to overcomplicate it. Once you see what you want and you got your lot size and risk management figured out, shit, pull the trigger. I mean, bro, I've been telling you about it all last week. I'm so glad I'm getting over that shaky rifle stage of over information clouding my mind because RSI, stochastic, Fibonacci, Elliott wave. You start getting all this information and it starts slowing you down. You're getting hezzy with your trade,
Mm-hmm.
bruh. It goes day one when you were trading. When the nigga Rowe said, "Okay, it's just a pinball." Well, Rowe, what else we need besides the bro? I almost the pinball. Like I'm prepared to put this trade in, and based off what I see, what works for me, go get it. And if I'm wrong, I'm not gonna trip. I'm gonna go ahead and either close and reverse or close and move on to the next pair. And if I'm not mistaken, look at that. The spread is clear. So goodbye, Cad. You did your thing.
Yeah,
We
good to
gonna,
go. There's a live, bro, and that's true, bro. Like people can't get caught up into those to the indicators. Keep it
yeah.
simple because like that, it will cloud your mind. You're gonna start studying and looking up how to use this indicator, who made it, and how it worked, and how it can work for you. When the market gonna be the market, it's gonna continue to do like them
You know,
same moves.
You know what's live? You know how we can't really tell exactly what the market's going to do day by day. But you know one thing that you can be assured 100%, and we don't even speak in 100% sureties like that because we're traders. But you know what you can be assured of every day is that these pips are like every pair is going to move and give you pip movement. Whether you capitalize on it, whether you interpret the information as a play, that's on you. But like every last one of them is going to give you that. And if nothing else, you should hold comfort in the fact that every day this movement, like if this, like it's on this time frame, there's 100 movement on that one, there's 500 movement. Every day is movement. So only thing you need to do is just be in position for the movement. And all of a sudden, you start taking yourself. My God, look at this pound drop.
Yeah, it's doing. I'm just looking at. I'm listening, but I'm
Shit.
watching that whole tank.
My
God,
goodness.
emojis right there, right before the breakout. I think like after it's doing this shit, but it's gonna have a strong ass pullback.
Bruh, you know what's funny?
Strong ass pullback.
When I first looked at it, I say, "Ooh, that looks like a sale." Then when I zoomed out, when you zoom out, look how many. Like, look at the last time it hit this level, how it that before it continued going, whatever. So this is a very good ass important level. And matter of fact, so I'm looking at this trend and I'm thinking maybe I should get in on the sale. So what I want to do before that, I want to reverse and peep the last trend. So this last uptrend right here, I'm gonna draw the Fibonacci on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's really going on. And as you can tell that it just crossed the 23. And matter of fact, the line was right here. So I ain't gonna lie, I can wait right here and let's see. If it's really about that action, it'll get down here. And if you get down here and go to the 38, that's 21 pips right there. Shit, that's gangster. Because right there, out of them 21 pips, I can target 10 pips and go over to the chart and see what lot size will make 10 pips the amount that I want to bring home. But I really like targeting a 30 to 90, 30 to a 90 pip range. That kind of gets more comfortable. And plus, it gives me more leg room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If can you draw the support and resistance on it?
yeah.
Yeah, at the bottom point of that, because I want to see where it's gonna go down and like look for that last lower low off of what it's done.
Okay, let me pull this motherfucker down. Well, that real quick. Is that double? Yeah, it is double. Let's see. Right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Come on. Right there. Oh, not really. That was the last floor. Let's see. On the fib level, that is. Okay, bet then. We got another one
Yeah,
right there.
looking good.
Well, no, that's not. See. What I do? I deleted something good. I undo, run, delete. There's a way to. Is it that? Uh, Okay, yeah. If you ever, you know how we fast moving on the charts. If you ever delete something and you be like, "Fuck, where my line went," all you have to do, whatever indicator you got, like when you double click it and give you like these little points or whatever, right click it and it's gonna give you an undo delete button. And see now you can hit undo delete and you can get whatever your line is back. Because right now I just accidentally deleted a trend line and I was like, "Fuck, I didn't want to do that. Let me go back." Okay, that's what I was doing. I was Huh? Well, cause you see how I got the Fibonacci up real quick. I had accidentally deleted my trend line. You know how we'll sometimes put our trend lines based on the exact number for our stop loss or entry or whatever. I accidentally hit delete. So if you accidentally delete this motherfucker, come on, you can go. You can click whatever indicator you got up, whatever, whether it be Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci. Just double click it, where you give you the option and right click it, and it's gonna give you the undo delete button, and it'd be like delete all that. It's a real quick action to do or whatever. So you ain't gotta be like, fuck, what was that point in? Then you gotta go redraw the fib and all that shit. There we go. So how many pips is that? See, I did this shit again. Well, I moved it though. I can move it back. Yeah, there we go. So from this floor, if it really breaks through this floor, whatever, to the next one is what almost 50 pips, and to that next one is what's 108 pips or whatever. 50 pips and 100 pips. That's Gucci. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm for. And this I'm on I'm on an hour chart, so this candle is nearing the end. And you know how the last 15 minutes of the last 15 minutes of the candle give you a lot of action. So right here, like it's looking like okay, it was looking like a downtrend or whatever. But these last 15 minutes, it wouldn't surprise me if this motherfucking candle ended with a mean ass wick showing how it's reversed off of this line right here, just like they did, and went the other way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm trying to see.
Mm-hmm. You know what? It brings up the next point about you know how you always checking like if it's a new candle or whatever, it really starts. You really start finding out trading mid candle. Don't get me wrong, the rules are subject to change, but trading mid candle is almost useless or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trading like right now, you done jumped in. Oh, let me get on the sell. This is 15 minutes left in this candle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my goodness. What you talking about?
It's slamming through, bro.
Big news. The 1 o'clock is the big news, and 9 o'clock is the. They got some good news coming out, whatever. But oh yeah, look at it, the motherfucker drop out or whatever. Last 15 minutes of the pair. Let's see how it finishes. I'm gonna let this candle close out and see how she does. See if it closes under there. But we're getting ready to come up on news time. Where that bitch went? Also too, like if you boys like I be having like a whole bunch of like motherfucking me quick action, like bookmarks or whatever, so I can always be going to it versus trying to fumble and thumb. Make it easier for you can get to your resources. Cause I know a lot of times we have to go find shit. I know I'm bad about having to find shit. Like last night, it took me so damn long to find that schedule row. I found it. I gotta send it to you. But I was like, see, this is the whole point about getting organized and putting shit in order. So you no delay. The more you delay, the less pip movement you get. You know what I'm saying? And we want our pips.
Real shit. We want our pips, and we gotta be efficient to do it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So you gotta be organized for that shit. That's real. You gotta have that shit organized.
Let me see what they got coming on at 9. I know 9 o'clock got some shit for us. Good news too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at that. 13 minutes. Red. Oh, not orange. Whatever. Then we got one later today. It's really looking like next week, which is really the first full week in 3 weeks of forex trade next week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that it looks like the next week is really poised to do some action, whatever. Especially like look at Friday, bro. I hate when it's this much goddamn news on Friday. What the fuck I'm gonna do with all this good ass news on a slow ass trading day like Friday? I'm gonna get in on the scalp, of course, but still, you like I need this type of news on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You get that type of news on a Tuesday, and it has time to reflect and shit like that. Mm-hmm.
Hey, go back to the pound truck real quick, bro.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it is broke that flow. I'll sure want you to close under that motherfucker.
Go to the check out the minute chart real quick.
What'd you say, Ash? Mm, very interesting.
You
You
see,
know,
it's 8:40. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
no. I think you put the exact same thing I was saying about them legs. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the legs right now, and I'm on the mini truck because I know at 9 o'clock a new candlestick gonna come. So I'm looking at the rejection. So look
Yeah,
at these
yeah,
strong
yeah.
rejections that's already coming up. That the zone that's being respected. That's all I'm like was watching kind of.
Yeah.
So like at this point, I'm looking at like about like because we got the same support and resistance set on ours. I think I got mine set right now at 1.35396.
Wow, I got mine at 1.5385, and the last number though damn near counts. So yeah, we got them right at the same spot.
Like looking at this from where it said I would set like a buy stop at that point.
Hey, right. I know that wouldn't be a bad idea if you was, especially if you was about to mob out, because like not everybody all the day has this time to set up their trades or whatever. If you can come in, no lie, like that's been a goal of mine is to get to that point. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't time y'all boys. You and Drew got a 3 minute peep time frame at max. It's usually shorter than that, but you think about being able to judge your lot size, risk management, see if that's what you want to recognize the pattern, and with all that time, act within 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, act on your feel or whatever. If we can all, and it's not really even about the speed; it's about the like being able to see your pattern form before it's forming. You know what I'm saying? How you'll be seeing a flag or some shit like that before it's starting to happen, and that alone right there, that just makes trading so much easier. It can get us all to the point of being more efficient traders to the point where you like, I know for a fact that if it's taking me too long to figure out my move, this isn't the move for me. Your move should be easy. It should be what you're used to. And then when it goes your way, you eat, pull out. And when it don't go your way, you cool enough to That hoe ain't the one. Close and redouble back in and get back up. Yo, I tell you what. 1 second, fellas. I gotta go get the bone.
They said gotta go get the bone.
Oh, actually, bro, yeah.
Hey, hit mine.
What?
I was gonna say, you what? I'm about to go check right now.
They ain't got
And
who?
it's not posted up there.
What?
Oh, okay.
What your... Oh yeah, come on, Beaver. Look at that. And see, that's why it's an art. It's an art, not a science. Because if you zoom out for a split second on and put it on the 4 hour, and let's go back. Where was it at? Was it the 4 hours? Maybe it was the hour. Okay, right here, like this little area that it's respecting. Like, soon as it breaks, you be like, oh, let me get in on the sale because it broke that whatever. And don't get me wrong, if you on a minute, if you on a smaller time frame, you can fuck around and get on a short scalp. But if you're trying to ride that hoe longer, like you really got to peep. It's really an art, not a science, because this line right here, like everything has like a cushion in this shit. Like we all be wanting to put this shit like scientifically on the exact number. It's like a cushion. That's why you ever when I'm watching the videos on YouTube, they don't even do horizontal lines. They do a rectangle, a yellow rectangle, letting you know like that's the range. You know what I'm saying? Like I draw lines, whatever. But like you see, a lot of people. Next time you all are studying on YouTube, people how they draw like yellow boxes instead of lines because they kind of they giving themselves like margin of error, like a cushion or whatever. You know, and you get yourself that cushion or whatever, because like I'm peeping this hole, and if it does continue to break down or whatever, I can get in on the sale or whatever. But I really feel like it was what 852 is close to a new candle. We got new news trading. Drew will tell you, Drew put me on the fact that honestly, you don't even really want to be doing too many trades before big ass news, whatever. Because if you find yourself in a trade and it's going one way or doing something, there's some big ass news drop. Like even though big ass news always corrects itself, but before it corrects itself, it can snatch your ass out or put you at a position you don't want to be in. You know, it definitely puts you in a position you want to be in. I know for a fact as this news break, I'm definitely gonna be looking to get me in on a scalp.
That's usually when they stop loss hunt. Yeah,
That's stop loss. Yeah.
he ain't making a move right now too. You know, that's my shit. I'm in that trade right now.
That's funny you say that because you look up here, the yen's the second one. I pulled up the pound just because I was peeping it last night, whatever. But the CAD and the yen are usually my first two forex pairs to go to, and Ripple and Ethereum are usually the first cryptos I go to. Then after that, I just kind of start free ranging and seeing what's going on and shit. But let's see what you're talking about with this yen. Let's see what this yen dog looking like.
Check out the pattern, man, on that 4 hour.
Oh, look at that. And it's funny, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is going to repeat for this, but you really start seeing how the market really starts like letting you know what it's going to do or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Reject 2 times up here, dipped. You know what I'm saying? Rejected 2 times and kind of went back up, but really never broke. Like if it was to draw a trend line, even though right here it didn't give us no lower low. It really never broke that top. So that's one of them fake outs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's getting ready to switch up. No, it ain't. Then that whole drop or whatever. And like right here, look at that tie. Like it's respecting the shit out of this level. And it's the same thing as the last pair. Put that motherfucker right there and zoom out and then watch how many times that little area then has some smoke. That little area has some smoke right there, has some smoke like there before it drop base rallied, has some smoke right there, like just smoke all along the way. Matter of fact, I'm tripping, smoke in road. Let's talk about smoke. Yeah, that's damn good.
But as we keep doing this, I'm seeing, bro, and as I'm recording, you're recording, as start recording, and we doing the same thing, we seeing the same thing, we gonna master these patterns, bro.
Yeah.
If we master just these patterns, bro, for these specific amount of pimps, bro, we'll be rich forever.
Yeah, my boy Jermaine that got in the group, he say because I told him, I was like, bro, the only difference, I ain't gonna lie to you, I basically repeated what y'all repeated to me. The only difference between me and you is that I've been doing it a little longer. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it. When you start realizing that like I've been really like going down focusing like on one pair and shit like that, trying to get the ins and out and stuff. And he asked me, he was like, because you know how we be sharing those candle formation patterns and all that shit in the group. He was like,
Mhm.
so did you memorize all that shit, nigga?
Hell no.
Hell no. I fuck around and took three off that hoe and then say shit. If I need some more, I guess that they'll find me. I took
Mhm.
head and shoulders, pinball, of course, and rejections. You know what I'm saying? And what you call it, motherfucker? Well, basically a W or a M. 'Cause, well, you know how
Mhm.
they start giving you that W or M? That shit forms a beautiful support and resistance that you can ride top to bottom for weeks. Because I was on the CAD before that pitch fell. I was on the CAD on a week pattern, just riding the support and resistance. It was a 300 pip range. I was riding it for about 160 each way. Going 160 here, 160 there. And when it finally broke, I was like, ooh, I've been waiting for this shit. And got in and rode it for like double what I've been riding it for weeks. And that shit's beautiful to really see that, oh, bro, we can reduce all this shit to going up and down, like riding an elevator. That shit makes trading so much easier. That shit makes it
Mhm.
easier.
And on the day chart right now, on the USD JPY, it look like it's rejecting off the 23.6.
Ooh, it's crazy because before I draw the fib, I can see I can see it's rejecting off the bottom alligator. So even before I draw the fib, I can see that it don't want no smoke with this bottom one, and the bottom one is the 50. So that's the long. So that's the longer the trend line, the longer the moving average, the more accurate it is, and like it didn't want no smoke with that. So it's already
Zoom
bouncing off or whatever.
zoom out on that thing. You got after you draw, zoom out on that thing.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what you doing? Creeping up on.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So let's go. Look at the bottom from the trend line. The
Oh, what from
very
here?
bottom one. Nah, lower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from there. So it could possibly Blake.
Ooh.
That's that 1, 2, 3. Remember, you
Yeah.
said it earlier. You look for them 1, 2 to hit,
Boom.
and then after that third one, you seeing where it's gonna break. So if you draw it, so people can see it again. So it like for the people who watching too, so they know exactly. Yeah,
You get up
and
off
then
that
draw
thing.
that yeah, and draw a trend like a trend line,
Okay.
like at the very bottom. Yeah, hell yeah,
Boom. And it's funny because, like,
clutch.
man, bro, like, look at that motherfucker right there. And, like, even though, like, if you zoom in, you see that it's slightly under it or whatever, watch how it's rejecting under that motherfucker. Like, it's uncomfortable under this motherfucker. So either it's going to do two things. Either it's going to it's going to get the confidence to break this level. And, like, when the time we get to the 38, I'll be already in on the sale going down. But look at that whole rejecting or whatever. Oh, my. Squares up. You see how that motherfucker like it's under there, but it don't want to be under there. It ain't comfortable under there. that's those AM lungs.
Damn. I'm finna go hit the bone. This shit looks wonderful.
And I mean, what about a life that you wouldn't want? I mean, that you can wake up, you can figure out what you need to get. Like we're not sure exactly what the market's gonna do, but we know that regardless of what it does, we can get what we want out of it, pip wise. Get your pips, smoke some, and shit. When the trading session over, be done. Go live your life. Don't stay at the charts all day. Because honestly, because I'm live on the webinar. Like normally, I'll put in my 2 pairs per session, my 2 pairs per session, which probably might be sometimes 2 pairs end up being 6 trades because it'll be like damn near one per account. You know what I'm saying? So those 2 pairs end up being six and shit. If I'm feeling frisky, I like to do one entry time. So if I'm gonna put multiple lots in, like I may be like if I'm thinking about a point 10, I might put 2.05 or some shit like that. But that's a double commission, so I might be at point 10. I'm really trying to get to the point where it's no less than 0.25, and I've got my 0.25, my 0.50, and my dollars or whatever. And then as we start evolving as traders, we'll start putting in more dollar lot sizes or whatever. 'Cause that's one thing I really love about this motherfucking chart. If you can get 50 pips here, you can get 50 pips here. That's the same fucking amount of work. That's the same amount of work. That's why, like, I remember showing my girl one trade, and the trade was up $10, and she was like, "It's just $10 or whatever." And I was like, "Bro, I put in
Yo,
a point
look at
on
Yen. Look at
one."
Yen. Look at Yen.
Ooh, look at her rejecting and going.
Go
Mm.
to the mini chart. Go to the mini chart. Like, peep this shit.
Woo! Woo! Shit!
Oh my goodness.
Ishkiodo.
This should be crazy, right?
Jesus Christ.
Morning, Jamila.
Hi, girl. I'm about to go roll up on this one. I gotta roll up on for this one.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Look, I knew your voice. I
And
didn't
this,
have to. I didn't see you log on.
Oh,
yeah, all I heard was, "Oh
I've
my
been taking
god."
notes. This is some vital information.
Hey, and now it's 9 o'clock, so we got a lot of news breaking. Let's see what's going on. It looks like the dollar was. It's funny. The market just opened 30 minutes ago in New York for all the shit. And as a
Mm-hmm.
result, because New York is open, the dollar's gaining some strength because the dollar had been chilling. Matter of fact, when we first started the webinar, we went check FX Street and Investing.com, and we seen that the dollar had broke a 5-day low. And as the news is starting to break for all the shit, whatever, it looks like temporarily the dollar's gaining some confidence or whatever. That's why the USD is going up. That's why the CAD's going up. If I go back to the pound, I'm sure the pound will be going down. And really, that's getting to how the dollar index can just influence so many pairs. Like, look at that. See, the pound's going down. Like, based off the nothing but the dollar index, you'll be able to just decide, okay, where you feel and how you gonna get in or whatever. That's
Yeah,
gangster.
and then when it comes to stock market news, we watch Forex news, but see, stock news just hit, and it just said the ISM manufacturing index hits 59.7 in December. Construction spending is up 0.8% in November. So
Mm.
that's pretty much saying when it's funny how the news do that shit. Soon as that shit happened, the alert came to the phone, bro, talking about that shit
Crazy.
to say that's what happened or that's why it happened.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
and that came from CNBC.
Okay, let's. You know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, what is that? What you talking about, baby? Nah, she's talking. Yeah, I got the. See, they talking about it right now. What we were just talking about. They're talking about how the dollar's starting to rebound and it's giving a little.
There is a bounce today, although as you can see on a relative basis, it is a pretty small one. And then on the flip side of that, we've been watching industrial metals recently. Many of them have been rallying. Palladium, in particular, has been a standout. If you look at an index of industrial,
Hey, don't get me
That's
wrong.
what I
I
just said. That's fucking crazy. Hey,
we
you
just talked
recording
about
this
it.
shit?
I'm saying we have on there later.
Hey, Ro. I was telling Ash this morning for the website. I want an area that says monetary said it. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit that we called 3 days before, then all of a sudden they want to break news stories like they up on the hip shit. Monetary said it. We've been on that shit. Like,
Dog, what the fuck, bro? This is crazy, dog.
and they all on Telegram. Hey, somebody in the Telegram undercover, bro. Which one of you niggas Bloomberg? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's cool because I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna keep it cool when the feds watching. Dog. Somebody in the group undercover with Bloomberg, bro. We gotta flush out the mole. Okay, back to the. All right. So it's 9 o'clock. We got our news breaking. Uh,
It's looking good.
yeah, definitely it's looking good. Everything's kicking it in the spread. I tell you that's something else too. I know for new traders, when you're looking at your trade and you see that it's negative for a little bit, really know what that spread is because a lot of times we panicking that it's been negative for a long time, but it's been kicking it in the spread. Trust me, if you were wrong, you would know. If you were off, you would know. You would start seeing shit the opposite way, and that's why you really can't turn your brain off to like any information. Like don't regard no information as negative because subconscious we block out shit that we don't want to hear or see. So you'll be sitting like nah la la nah nah nah. It's down right now, but now look, it's gonna go back up, and it's like, bro, it's broken 3 or 4 levels. The Fibonacci showing us a new level.
You ain't about to rock it.
Lines, it's over, bro.
Shit. Bro, you
You
ain't
gotta.
finna rock it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. I tell you what. since news is broke there. Goodness, since news is broke there, I'm gonna fuck around and gonna see check out our cryptos and see how cryptos are doing this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna go back to Litcoin because I had peeped them when Rose said it, but I hadn't peeped them. You know what I'm saying? I had took a look at it, but I want to peep.
Check it out.
And honestly, like first off, there's too much goddamn shit on my screen. So first off, remove all that shit real quick, and then we'll do it again. You know. Let's see. If this is the real floor, which I believe it is, because this candle and this candle has taken it up, whatever. This is the beginning of the downtrend. That's the end of the downtrend. Kind of like right here, the beginning of it, down over whatever. If you're unsure exactly what to set your Fibonacci, like I always look back for the last trend that's had a start and had a clear end. Like you can visually see, oh, that bitch started there and ended there. Enjoy your fib on there. I know a lot of times I was like, okay, well, how do I know whatever? Like if you, whenever in doubt, and you can always zoom back. Like if we didn't want to draw it on this fib, you know, from there to there, you can go draw it from here to here. The good part is the numbers will be the same shit. You know, the numbers are, I mean, the zones are lined up. The numbers might be off, but the numbers are lined right up. Matter of fact, I'll do it just for sake. Huh. I'm about to put the low right here though. It looked like the low really hit down here though, because that's what's so crazy about crypto. That's why you really gotta respect your lot size or whatever, because look how that motherfucker really will dip on that ass. Even though I would have loved to been in on that short. The ride that short in one day.
To be from what I see on it, that's the market correction from right there. Cause that's like the stop of the downtrend from what I kind of see. That's why I feel like the buy was coming so strong.
It makes sense because after it touched like it wanted to end out of the other, and after that it's been chilling over here. Then it broke out 38. Now look at it real quick, whatever, showing that as soon as it breaks this 50, like you said, the buy coming, that hoe should be back on the action. Worst case scenario, you can get to the 61.8, but you got to remember these is cryptos, and when cryptos move, they move. So crypto, they don't like. I mean, really though, cryptos when they go to a zone, if they don't go to just one zone. Them always go to a zone and a half, 2 zones or whatever. They move. Like look over here when these candles, whatever. It's easy to see like this is a lot of movement, but when you put the chart on, that's why really when you go doing cryptos too, you just really got to do the dollar amount, because if you do the pips, look at the pip wise how this shit is. Pip wise, it'll fuck your head up to know that that's fucking 172,000 pips, but it's 172 actual dollars. You know, that's why I like let me just call it by dollars, because if you do it by pips, remember on the other chart that's why on the crypto part of that risk management, it's going to be in dollars showing you, because if you did in pips, shit, you'll get 10, 20 pips quicker than a bitch. But to get those 10, 20 pips, that's probably all in the spread on the crypto. You know, so you definitely got it's like different, you know, strokes or whatever. And also the whatchamacallit, you know, the last few decimals of the like this is on there, whatever. We have to count. I mean, it's still pip. I mean, it's still kind of pip, but really just count the dollar change in a crypto. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of break it down, whatever. Because if you was just to only do pips, you'd be seeing thousands of pips, hundreds of pips, or whatever. But if you break that down to like, if Ripple raises $10. I know like that'll take my point light to this or whatever. And that's how I'm having that whole broken down. And that's why them was last, because I was trying to do it by pips, and you'd be like, God damn, 17,000 pips, I can retire, right? You know, but to put it in a range where we can like quick trade and just break it down like cryptos by dollar. All those spreads, whatever. Yeah, how those first 10 pips or whatever, that'd be the spread.
We were talking about it yesterday, but I wasn't thinking about the cryptos. Plan when working for me.
See, and from this webinar, good folks, I'm hoping everybody heard that. Ashley was saying how just we was able to peep exactly why like her strategy that was working on the smaller time frames on the forex wasn't necessarily working on the crypto, and it was because the pip the spread, like if you're trying to get 20 pips, you got to factor like in the spread, like how much of that is the spread when you're getting on the minute chart or something like that on the crypto. And that's why the boy Trey is gonna be having pop up crypto meetings, whatever, like what I'm saying. So that's gonna be live. So for those who want to get in on the nitty gritty of cryptos, especially watching on the minute and capitalizing on different glitches or whatever, that boy Trey is definitely a good referral for too. And don't get me wrong, even though he over there making six figures, you can always inbox Trey. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So I tell you one thing though, before I go out of here, and I'm talking about this Litcoin, I'm gonna put like I'm waiting for that line right there so I can really get in. But I'm gonna have that line to right here, and I'm gonna put this little line right here. I'm gonna come over here, delete my Fibonacci because we don't need all that shit on our screen. Then I'm gonna right click and add my alert, and I'm gonna give me a crossing up horizontal line. Give me once per what's this today? Give me once per minute, and now. Because I'm for to leave this motherfucker alone, but even though I let it alone, I'm gonna be notified when it's time to go eat. It's a dinner bell that's gonna ring off when it's time to go eat. See, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Let me raise it up a little bit more. See, y'all trying to let me raise it up a little bit more. I wanna make sure that it's going. Yeah. So whenever it crosses up from that line, I should be notified. Then it's like a dinner bell, and you just go buy in. So you just doing the work of maybe about 3 or 4 pairs, get in on 2 of them, and wait on the other 2. Wait for them to hit the conditions that you've said that is just your winning edge or whatever. So we didn't look at that. We didn't look at the trend line on that motherfucker. If we draw well, let me zoom out. Oh no, that's let's zoom out to the week. Is it the week? Exactly, beautiful. If we zoom out to the week on this one, whatever, because mind you, we was looking at it on the, I think that was like the 4 hour or some shit like that. And the squares on me, that's gangster. That's you see your boy, huh, Ro? Your boy's already trying to show his head on the motherfucking me week, whatever. Put that guy there.
It's gonna break a new high, bro.
Break that guy there. Come on, break that guy there. Well. Technically, I like to include this last week, but I'd be damned if I wait on a week chart for any crypto. So I'm putting her right here on his ass. Pause.
Okay. Can I what did we say? We said we was gonna say monetary said it, right?
Monetary said it.
Okay, monetary said it. Litecoin going to 500. Monetary said it.
Monetary said it. That's right there. It's funny because I bet if I draw the Fibonacci extension tool, I bet that's one of the levels. Let's see. I bet that's one of the levels. I bet that's right at one of the levels. I'm the wrong way. Hold on. I bet that's one of the goddamn. I bet it is. Let's see. I close it down right there, whatever, and close zoom out or whatever. Look at that motherfucker right there. It's whatchamacallit. It's clearly right before there. Shit, at least 500, Ro.
Exactly. Now remember yesterday. Remember when I called Neocoin and I said 85 to 100? That's why.
Yeah.
I'm gauging this the same way, bro. I ain't doing nothing different. Nothing different. Like I can shit. It's gonna do it.
I can tell you right now that I got this alert right here. When I get this alert, I'm gonna come. Okay, lot size. All right, boom, and be able to get in on because on my 5% account it's in Simple FX, because I think a 5% account in Simple FX is great because you get the win with your 5% and you letting it sit, but you're also getting paid in bits. Appreciating bits. That's appreciating as soon as Bitcoin. So I'm like my 5% account. I got that on the Simple. It's like double lick. You think about how slow Bonds is or whatever. That motherfucking Simple FX account, like JFX, Simple FX, FX Glory, they all play their part. Like I ain't mad at neither one of them. Neither one of them is great. Neither one of them is terrible. They all play their part. Because JFX, I can go get freaky on this pair right now. And on Simple, I can get in on the pair and just do, hit my 5%. But eventually when I cash out in 6 months, that 5% has grown because Bitcoin value has grown. Like that's just dubs on top of dubs.
Yeah. And that's coming. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna end this week bullish, and the week after that it's just gonna go fucking retarded.
You know? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's exactly. Cause I don't. When I get in cryptos, I don't ride. I don't ride them that long. Like the most I ride a crypto is maybe at most 2 days. Most of the time though, I'm trying to ride it on the 30-minute chart for maybe like a couple candles to ride like a good ass rally or some shit like that. Cause with Bitcoin, I don't really ride shorts on Bitcoin or whatever. Cause it's just so easy to catch a rally. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I be fucking myself off sometimes with the shorts or whatever. But it's so easy to ride a Bitcoin rally. It's so easy to ride a Bitcoin rally, especially using the flag because the flag is a continuation pattern, and Bitcoin is basically stuck in an uptrend, on the overall trend. So all you got to do is just wait for your flag to appear, get in, get out. See that's see the flag, get the bag, boy. You ain't never lied. Never lied, babe. It's crazy. So Litcoin drew up. We got we see how we feeling about Litcoin. We waiting on our buy. We see how I was feeling about the CAD. We got in on the buy, whatever. The news has been good for 15 minutes. How's things looking over there? Okay, yeah, still taking. Okay, yeah, that one is down 1 pip, one is down 3 pips, and the 3 pip that ain't shit but the spread. So we're living within the spread right now. You know, oh, you know what? Too. Let's go to. When was the last time something mean happened? Okay, cool. Sometimes we try to figure out exactly how long we're going to be in the trade. When you look at a trend that really happened, you'll really start seeing like a mean ass good trend happen between 4 to 10 candles sometimes. So if you didn't enter in on an hour in a real good trend, what I'm saying, this 4 to 10, I mean, if you're trying to catch the whole wave, whatever, not the range, whatever, you looking to sit at least 3 to 6 hours. Like you might enter during the trade session because you want to get the most volume up for your pair, but you might enter then and not close out to either. Sometimes I close at the end of the session, or sometimes you find yourself closing like midday or whatever. I know for a fact, it's funny because I quit my job because around 11, 12 o'clock, boys was posting in the group, bag secured. And now that I'm trading, you see in what time you closing these 6, 7, 8 a.m. trades, you starting to close them hoes. If it went your way immediately, you starting to close around 11, 12, right before the New York session start dying down, or you'll let that bitch ride to the next day and then just close out with more. So you really start seeing like, okay, that's how long I expect to be in there. So I'm getting on my trade at 7 on the 30-minute. Maybe I'm on 30 minutes to an hour. I should be looking to get out either around 11, maybe around a good 2-ish or so. Whenever or whenever it hits your percentage, because I let the percentage lead the way. I don't try to get the whole range anymore. Like as soon as the percentage done, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that.
This shit funny than a bitch, bro. I remember when you was first starting and you got in the group, bro, and it was mornings like nigga been made like 800, 500, like that morning the beating close out and like bag secure be for real, be like, all right, I'm a Drew will be made 3,000 or something, be like, I'm chilling for the day. And niggas like, what the fuck? I just woke up. I'm at work. Like, man, you got me fucked.
Nigga waking up doing one of these numbers, bag secured. Huh? Hold on. The day just started. What do you mean? Okay. Bag secured. You really start to see how you can you really get that hoe out of there. And and it's really what you make it, because you can really get in there. So, and like all these patterns is the same, whether the lot size, whether the equity, whether the chart, all the motherfuckers are the same. So only thing you need to do is get to a comfort level with what your pattern is, what your risk that you take is, and you can get whatever the fuck you want, whatever you want out of this whole market. That's fucking amazing. That's worth getting up early, because I'm not even a fucking morning person. But these days, I don't mind staying up a little late to wake up a little early to get in on this pip or whatever. And what's today? Wednesday, right? Like, normally you'll get in on a trade a good Tuesday or some shit like that and ride that bitch to Friday, close out on Friday feeling good with a couple days pip movement. That shit's amazing. Let's see. So I never decided what I want to do with yo. What's the old pound?
Either way, Byron, what do you see happening with the economy, GDP-wise?
I have a quick question.
What's good?
How long would you stay in a trade?
It kind of depends. I would stay into either 2 points. I would stay into it hits my percentage if that's the account. Like it'll be like this long ass candle might be going on for what this was 30 minutes and this was 30 minutes, but somewhere between here I might hit the percentage, so it'll be able to cash me out. Maybe sometimes the percentage to get you there in 15 minutes. Sometimes the percentage to get you there in a couple hours. But if I'm like let's say I'm trying to catch this whole uptrend, like I'm expecting this uptrend to come, or matter of fact this downtrend to come, and I'm expecting it to go down here somewhere, and so I'm expecting to sit in it at least like 1, 2, 3. Like this is the 4 hour chart, so that's 4, 8, 12. That's like a day trade, at least a day trade. So it really depends on what your what your pip target is, and what your percentage is. Because I find it's easier to get percentages than to get the whole pip movement. So that's why I really switched over to percentages a lot. Because you'll find out like you'll get your percentage. Like how like an hour chart might be this long, but the last 15 minutes it goes that. You might get your percentage in that right there. So your percentage been achieved in 15 minutes. But if I'm getting in on a chart based on a trade based on like the 4 hour chart, I'm looking at staying maybe a day or two. If I'm getting in on the 30, I'm looking in to stay in maybe at least 2 hours because that's 4 candles. But within the 4 candles, you might get your percentage, whatever. But so I'd say I'd multiply the what like if you're on H4, like multiply that times 3 or 4, whatever. So on a 4 hour chart, you looking to stay in 4, 8 to at least 12 hours. If you're trying to get the whole pip range. Whatever you draw from the Fibonacci, the whole pip range. But in between that, if your account can sustain it, if you're looking at it's gonna drop that much, whatever, and that's the whole pip range, whatever. You really just want that percentage. If your equity can sustain it, put a nice lot size in, and you'll get your percentage, from the major move in there, and not have to wait that whole time or whatever. But it just, I guess you just cookie cutter 4 minutes to match your strategy and shit. But I hope that answers the.
And another thing too is practicing on just getting my own strategies. I've been leaving some of my lots open for like at least a week, or like I opened a couple of them for like a month, and I started off with little to nothing, and just watching it grow from the month, just leaving them open. You learn a lot by leaving them open, paying attention to the days that they peak up and the days that they just anything. So that's why I act, because my account open for at least a month, and the reason why it's still there is because of the pullbacks that I have in my account to pretty much back me. Just trying to help how often some of you guys stay in a trade.
It's funny that you say that because the very first thing we tell like anybody to do, I know for me, is like I tell somebody that, hey bro, get the demo, and all you need to do without even looking at a chart, put a buy and a sell in and go away. Maybe go do baby pips, go watch YouTube, come back in a week or two, and one of them gonna be great and one of them gonna be terrible, and backtrack and find out. And that's exactly what you just said. When you're able to put in a long-term trade, you get to see what days it peak up. You get to see what type of pullbacks it had. Based off the pullbacks, you be like, okay, well, no, next time I do a trade this size, I'm gonna make sure I got this much that can sustain that or whatever. That's just really good back testing right there. Just making sure, putting in a trade. And that's why when I had the when I had my trading plans up based by account, you will see like on the implementation part, like I check news, and the second thing I do is top down analysis. And top down analysis, like even if I'm peeping the chart on the 30 of the 1 hour at the top of the week, I like to walk that chart down month, week, day, 4 hour, just to see exactly what you was talking about. Because I'll be on the month, draw up the fib and be like, ooh, a couple months ago it bounced off the 38. So like all these time frames, we really in the 38 to 50 sweet zone. So let me find the action. Okay, go down to the next one.
And show her the pip
Yeah.
chart too, bro. If you show her the pip chart, I think that'll really help her too, cause she seeing how long to stay. That'll let her know
Yeah.
with her trade plan, what percentage. Cause that's what I was saying too. Like I needed that on paper formula, cause I know how it is. Like when I look at it, but
What the fuck? Oh,
Oh, that. Nigga, charge your phone.
my phone's at 100%. Ashley, I am on the computer.
yeah, he just probably waiting for the phone to switch over.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, my volume's down. Did y'all say something? Oh my god! What the fuck? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
Okay, Clint is having technical difficulties over there. Oh my
you.
god.
Hey, but you can still see my chart. Can you hear me on yours?
Yeah, funny as shit.
Barely, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm moving right over
Here, you can use my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to ban the snowman, dog. Right on you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Trying to ban the. You can use yours again. Or turn the volume now. You know what I'm saying? They gonna kick me out. They gonna kick me out my own webinar. What kind of shit is that?
No, you're not talking that real shit now. Hey, we gotta get him out of here.
Hey, bro, hey, get this nigga out of there, bro. Monetary said, but get him out of there. No, bro, no, they trip. They get him out of there, man. Where is that? Oh, it's all on here. Okay, yeah. On the month chart. There you go. All right. So let's see. Da-da-da-da. Look at the yen. I can hear RJ voice in my head right now talking about bro, yen is gonna chill at the 54 bit, but when they break up when they break up, when they break up, it's going out. Yes, sir, it is. So
Going
let's
through D food.
let's go to the next one, man. Let me see. So let's say, well, really, this whole huh? You know what? We sure did, Jamila. We got cut off with the rest of your question. What was the rest of the what was the rest of the question? Because
Huh?
oh,
Say
okay,
that.
yeah, yeah. For them,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay. I think you pretty much answered it because it's just my main thing was I've been just paying attention to my demo account and just watching
Mm-hmm.
about pretty much getting in my own trading plans and how I want to go about doing different currency pairs. And what I'm learning with them is that about news drop, majority of them that sits pretty heavy is really affected by the news drop. And
Yeah.
some of them, is really that's something that I've seen with the ones that I've set in there for a while. From the beginning of the month is I did a test to where I paid attention to the news drop and see which one affected. And some of them is just really not affected at all. Like, for the ones that I did in the beginning of the month, I realized they didn't even, it didn't even budge, it didn't even drop, it didn't go up. It just stayed at a consistent pip level, and it just, that was one of the things that I wanted to figure out was, how long I know everybody have their own trading plan, but how long, have some of you guys stayed in a trade and so on. So I mean, that really you pretty much answered the question.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I guess it's just based on everyone's trading plan.
Yeah, the choice that Clint made, like they for sure helped with that, like having the percentages.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna show on there too, having the percentage. And Jamila actually was saying that and y'all definitely gonna go over those trades you had put in, definitely go over those pairs and exactly just see exactly where it went. I know for like if we're looking at our chart and let's say right here it's bouncing off the 50. So once it starts bouncing off the 50 going up or whatever, like it's going to 61.8. So like right here, what we'll do is like from right here to right here is 277 pips. You see where it says 2779? That's 277.
Yeah.
So that's really 278 pips or whatever. So we know for a fact, and I'm just talking through how I would do mine or whatever. So I know for a fact that's going around 278 pips. So I'll just round it to that's about 280 pips. If I know that's the range is gonna go to 280 pips, I mess around and want maybe like 250, 200. Let's say 200 because I know that'd be a safe one. So I know I want 200 in that. And then like down here, whatever, like you see how like matter of fact, let me zoom in a bit and make this a little larger. Okay, make it a little larger. Let me look more larger. This little line right here. Let's see, drag it a little bit. So I'm seeing like at least that one crosses and that one almost gets there. Like that'll kind of be my stop loss mentally to the risking that to that pit movement. And if you think about my win risk ratio, this is about 3 times the size of that. So I'm always risking a third to go get 3-1. So right there, I can see that I need to be able to risk about what that is. I need to be able to risk. It looks like I need to be able to make sure that my account can sustain 100 pips down if I needed to go up. And actually, it was more pips than that on that level. I thought it was 200 or something. Oh, I don't think I put it at the bottom level at first. So it's actually about a 300 pip range, and I said I want around 200. So I need to be able to. Need to be able to risk like about. So let's say about somewhere between 90 and 100 or whatever. So I can come over here. Well, first off, like I can go to my account or whatever and see like reverse. Let's see how much I got on this motherfucker. Let's see your percentage plan or whatever. So on every play you do, and let's say you only do plays on the month chart. You're a bad motherfucker if you only do plays on the month chart. But maybe you only do plays on the month chart, and you sitting at a good. Let's say if you do plays only on the month chart, I'm sure you have a nice balance or whatever. So you're doing plays only on the month chart, and you have maybe a 20% charge or whatever. I know for a fact that right here I want 500. That'll be the first play I want on my 20%. So I want 500. So I need to see how can I make them 200 pips matches that 500 on there. So like I will go over, and that's where like let's say this is the yen. So we'll come over here, whatever, and I'm targeting 200 pips, and I need 200 pips to be 500. So I'm looking at right there. I see this one's already linking up, and out of that, I'm willing to risk. Let's see, I'm willing to risk like what I say, like 90 or something like that. So I'm willing to risk somewhere between. I'm willing to risk the $100 to get to the 444. So right there, I can see that I to get that in that pip movement, I need a 0.25 lot size. So right there, we already know like in within the pip movement that I allotted, that my winning strategy sees that I see a pip movement happening. Out of 300 pips, I don't even want the whole range. I want 200 pips. And out of that 200 pips, I need that to hit my percentage. And so all you need to do is just type in what starting amount you have in your percentage, and it'll tell you the rest what you need to target for that percentage on the day. And all of a sudden, like it's moving 300. You only want 200. You know what lot size you have, and you know what risk management you need to have. We know about the amount that we're willing to risk, how much money we need to have in the account. Because let's see, we go back to the chart, and like I was targeting, it was the 200 pips on the 25. That's 444. 200 pips. Let's see, I want like a third of that. So I'm maybe risking maybe 80, 90. That's why I said 100. So let's say I'm risking 100 pips or whatever. Really, that's too. Really, I'd be doing like 80. But just because this chart got 100 on there, I'll say I'm risking 100. So I'm looking right there. So I know for a fact that I'm putting 222 on the line on this trade. And so for my account, I need to have maybe 3, 4, 5 times that so I can weather storms or whatever. For me, I like the amount that I'm risking. I like my account to be 20 times that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm risking 44, I like to be 20 times because I want to be able to be wrong 20 times. But if I'm wrong more than 4 times, I'm going to take a nap and hang that shit
it's
up.
like
What'd you say?
This is pretty much like risk management.
Yeah, real. And so that way when you start a trade, you immediately know how much I need to be in there. So you ain't got to worry. This really takes the having to worry about do my account have enough to sustain? Oh shit, what if it's doing this and whatever? You take that worry out because you know for a fact that about the lot size I picked, I know for a fact that I could be wrong 20 times and still be good. But good trade 20 times down, so you can catch yourself.
Yeah, this is lit.
Shit, I gotta
this is like
y'all.
This is like a cheat sheet. I don't think you could get any more cheating out of this.
Straight up, that's what I said.
It really is a cheat sheet. It really is. And like I would have them on like little printouts for everybody and just make sure everybody get them like little laminated parts where you can put right at your trading station and just real quick, okay, like which pair this is. This the yen. I need today my trading strategy say I need $232. And all week I've been getting 30 pips. So what 30 pips will give me $222. So you see between the 0.75 and the 100, that if you're good at getting 30 pips, that'll get you the amount you're looking for. That's how we can factor in, like, okay, well, I need to pay a $500 bill. Okay, well, if we trading pips, not money, what pip size are you comfortable getting? And, are you comfortable getting 50? You know what I'm saying? Scroll over here. 50 pips to get you that 500 on your dollar lot size. So it's really the same amount of pip work, just proper lot size. You can pull out whatever the fuck you want. Whatever the fuck.
This is dope. This to the group a while. I think it was last week, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I sent an updated version last night that had the yen, the CAD, and the pound from FX Glory. And if you look at like it has FX Glory in the corner, all of them it's gonna be an FX Glory one, a JFX one, a simple FX one, and they're gonna have like 3 pairs each or whatever. So like that should be finished real soon for everybody. Like if you see on this screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get ready to get my day started. I got to hit the gym and get moving, man. This was a good webinar, bro. We got to keep it pushing, bro.
So, what I was saying, you'll be able to all you need to really do is just have your percentage plan up and everybody have this Excel, and then we'll definitely make sure we get I know when the website gets launched, we're going to want everyone's emails and addresses and shit like that, so we can especially members, so we can send out actual email update newsletters type shit, and we can mail out stuff like that, like you get a package with a laminated cheat sheet, whatever, so you'll be able to now I can implement this or whatever. And the livest part about it is all this shit customizable because you're gonna need a little something else or whatever. You're gonna need a little wrinkle to the plan. So you take this resource and then you be able to freak it and add your own spin to it and bring it back to the group.
This is too lit, man. I think this right here got to go in the back of my phone. I gotta laminate this and stick this on.
Man, and wait till you see the welcoming pack.
This right here gave me ultimate leverage and risk management comfort zone. Like I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and get me a new account that's called Go Wild. I'm gonna have to go wild with this one.
Man, straight up, because it takes that guesswork out of it, so you can go in there and punch it how you fit.
Because that was one of my major things is that I do my best with trying to do risk management, and I'm planning on doing a live trade this week. And I'm like, listen, I'm giving y'all $10. That's all. I'm gonna go live with $10.
You can.
And my goal is to go. Yeah, I think more just that way I could start off really, really, really low and work my way up. And that way, that gives me a very tight management, a very tight range. So this chart pretty much opens the door to like give me like extra, like, oh nah, I know what I'm gonna do. Even if I know, just like you said, even if your account don't have it, you already know. Listen, I won't be effective even if it drop or it goes up.
He's man, and isn't and that's so beautiful because like I know for me, like I get to the point where like it's no way to live. I got to the point where I'm literally in the grocery store checking out fruit, and in one hand I'm squeezing fruit, and in the other hand I got my phone looking at my trade because I'm reaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stressing and shit. Like that's no way to live. That's no way.
Yeah, I'm like, this is me. Like seriously, like I wake up and I run to my phone, like brushing my teeth, my phone in my hand. Man, I'm like, listen, this life right here, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get myself all the way correct and get my material all over the place. You can't really get all your trading plans in and the way how you want it. And this, pip charts, it does really.
And the part that really makes me feel so live, right now is the hardest it's ever gonna be. Right now, when we first get in the chart, right now, like this is the longest you'll take the P pairs. This is the most wrong you'll be right now because we're in the thick of it. And eventually, as we all grow, we'll develop our trading eyes where we know instantly. Like I know for a fact because yesterday I was doing this shit and the day before I was doing it. So I know for a fact today that I'm gonna hunt the same amount of pips, but I'm just gonna increase my lot size. So if you're already looking at the chart, like you get to the point where you start getting ahead of yourself almost because if yesterday I did a 0.35 and I got such and such, I know today I should be doing a 40, maybe a 50 to get the same.
A workout plan though, like this is a dead ass traded workout plan, and it goes from walking. Bruh, you lit for this. You lit.
I sure appreciate it. And all it is just all the stuff we've been saying, we've been needing in the group, and we've been taking like everybody's input and like just trying to put it together where it's just a format because you can't skip the process, you can't skip the journey, but you can kind of put it in a format where you kind of help yourself out. And then you start laying down the rules of what you need to do and like how you need to do it, and eventually you just get yourself a routine. Like I like this right here, like my Buck Nasty trading plan or whatever, like an ambitious trading account. Like I'm like immediately letting you know, like this account is the one that I'm gonna take my shots on. Targeting pips.
You were dead ass with the.
Hey man, that fucking account, JFX Buck Nasty, and you can see like the key rules for this one. You see like only disposable income can fund this account, which goes back to the trading rule. Like you don't trade nothing you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Anything over 2K is withdrawal because that's the balance I want to keep or whatever. Versus the steady where's that one at? The Steady Eddie version and FX Glory, you see this motherfucker, he's way more proper. His shirt tucked in. You know what I'm saying? He's going to use a simple effective strategy to secure a 3-1 winning edge. Every 20 trades, backtrack, make sure 12 were positive. Goal is 15 to 20%. So I ain't got to worry about just like, I was like, are you really wrong on the trades you reach for? And it has destroyed the confidence of the last 5 blue trades you have. I don't got to worry about that because those over there, that's over there. So every account is doing this job. Well, if I'm gonna be working, then motherfucking accounts gonna be working.
Yeah.
And you see, let daily percentage target set the TP versus okay, well, I'm trying to ride this whole Fibonacci wave. I'm gonna let my percentage set my TP so I can get out while everybody else still in. And then you gotta forget that whole damn I got out and there's money on the table. So what? You got your dub. Your dub was your percentage.
Yeah. And if you got your percentage, don't be greedy. Discipline.
Yeah, man.
And that's my. I think I don't. Mine's not called Buck Nasty, but mine's is called like, I don't know what to call mine's. I think that one is just the one that gives me my confidence to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go on it, it's like, I'm like, I can do this, and it gives you that boost, like to say, nah, I'm this time. Yep. Like every time I do a trade, I don't stay in the same range. I go higher and higher. So it's just but my main thing that always bothers me is that the risk management that I'm not sure of. And if it fall, am I still covered? Like, because I don't use any of the indicators. The only thing I'm trying to do the Fibonacci, but I have to wait until my laptop comes.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing is just like pretty much candle reading, just strictly candle reading, and I just get caught up with the whole, and it's so many different patterns that means the same thing
Man, the
that
same.
shape, and I think that's my next stage that I have to get to. Is just someone have to do a class on the candlestick, because that's how I learn how to trade and get in where I get in on my trading candlestick. Like, a lot of you guys are comfortable drawing the Fibonacci and doing the trend line. For me, like, trend line differently. I see through the candles. So it's just I have to get more better with the candlestick, and it's just that's why I'm all over the place with the candlestick. I'm learning it, but it's just I think I need just like if you're doing this class, management, risk management. I think we need a class with candlestick.
That's funny you said that, because me and Ashley pulling up on Drew today to get more candlestick information on top of what we're doing. So that'll definitely be coming soon. But I can guarantee you that you actually in a great position to already not be leaning on indicators, because at one point I had just started to lean on indicators, and leaning on indicators blinds you from price action, and all this shit is just telling you what's going on with the price action. So for the fact that you are already not really messing with too many indicators and already operating on candlesticks, whatever, like matter of fact, when we was doing the webinar, brought up was it fucking what was Coinbase? Hey, what was it? Coinbase Market? Yeah, Coinbase something. Not Coinbase. Coin Market Cap. I want to say. 1 second. Let's see which one was it. There it is. Coin Market Cap. Huh? I'm not. I'm on the web, but no. See. No. No. See. So you're saying you get to the point where you're reading candlesticks or whatever, but that's really like I think we all want to get to the point where we read patterns and like almost only patterns and price action, because by only looking at this, imagine only this ain't got no price action, this ain't got no line, this ain't got nothing but patterns. Only by this is how Roll Peep that Neo played from a couple days ago. They netted them about at least $300, $400, $500 or whatever. Like it, because you get to the point where you get comfortable with your patterns, your candlesticks, and you'll be able to ignore the rest of this shit and just scroll. Okay, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. And I know
where the rally point is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what you're teaching yourself with the candlesticks, is the recognizing the pattern, recognizing the rallies. So eventually, like all that rest of the shit don't matter. Only thing that matters is the actual trade and which actual trade and your candlesticks and stuff.
When I came in, before I did the research, one of the things that I was first taught was discipline, risk management, straight and trend strategy, and just candlestick is your best friend. It's your everything. Mm-hmm. So I just went, and then after that, I was introduced to the Bollinger Band, the moving average, and the Fibonacci. And by that time, I was just really confused as to what the heck to do with them, because I already learned the candlestick, and I was like, well, I thought the candlestick gives me which way it's going. Mm-hmm. But learning that it pretty much, you need confirmation for your price action and which way that the trend is going. Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep on those the Fibonacci and all those things, because I need different second confirmation. I know for sure it's going a different way. You always look for a second confirmation. With the candles, I'm still waiting, but sometimes those confirmation be confusing, because it tells me that it's the same thing. Am I reading this wrong? So man, listen, when you go there, like, get all the information. I think I wrote Drew. I don't know if he got back with me yet, but I definitely for 2018, I need that candlestick to get it down pack and understand it, because that's the only thing that's that's really stopping me from going to the next level. It's just being confident. It's telling me that this is the parent, but then again, another candle's forming, telling me that, well, it's in the set. It's just too much. I'm all over the place with that one. That's where I'm really lacking
I was talking to Jay about that, Jarek, about that yesterday, and I think what it is because what gives new traders confidence in the market is blue screens, and red screens or being wrong takes away confidence. And for us to be a fully consistent trader, we have to be confident. And I
Yeah.
think we're expecting that this candle is going to show me the exact same thing every time, and I
Yeah.
think that's where our hang up gets. But like I used to be like I mean RSI, a stochastic, fib, a whole bunch of shit. And I used to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna get 5 out of 7 of those to confirm, and then I go. But like you said, that's way too fucking much, and all this information is gonna start contradicting itself. But if you make sure that whatever you're using to confirm basically uses the same thing. Like I use support and resistance and Fibonacci to confirm a lot of things. And honestly, them two are the exact same things, just doing it different ways. So since I'm looking for basically the same thing, a floor and a ceiling during a uptrend or downtrend, like, and so I use both of them, which basically they look at the same thing, which is the floors and ceilings, but just different ways. The support and resistance looks like the top, the bottom, whatever, and the Fibonacci interprets the Fibonacci interprets support and resistance as new zones. You know what I'm saying? The 38 zone
Yeah.
has a floor and a ceiling, and the same thing, whatever. So I use indicators that really tell the same information different ways. So when I confirm, like it's the same confirmation versus like you
Yeah.
said, being all over the and honestly, really working out a winning edge will definitely help you not caring about being wrong anymore. Because like when I go into a trade, I don't care if I'm right or wrong anymore because I know my winning edge so far works. And
Yeah.
every 20 trades, I look back and say, was 12 right? If 12 wasn't right, my winning edge is broken, and so I need to go back to the demo and get those blues up. But as long as I do 20 trades and look back 12 positive, I know my edge is working. So all I got to do is just stick to the plan, and I can be right 25% of the time and break even. And when that takes the pressure off, if every time I see a Mary Bozo candle, every time I see a Mary Bozo candle, I put in a trade. If I was right 25% of that, and I use maybe XYZ to confirm, if I'm right 25% of that, I break even. A lot of times you'll find yourself right
Mm-hmm.
30 to 45 at the beginning, then eventually you'll find yourself 60%, and then you get to the point where you starting to recognize the fake outs and shit, then you right damn near 87% of the time. And when you get to that point, like I think that's the Drew and Rowe part when you right down to 87% of the time, whatever, and from that you just keep scaling your equity.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to stay to my trading plan. Like not even try. I stay to my trading plan because that's something that I'll even in the group. As soon as I came in, that was the first thing that was said: discipline, discipline, discipline. And
Mm-hmm.
I had
Y'all
reached
hold
out
on
to.
real quick. I'm about to the camera real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Let me see. Why are you screaming?
Yeah, there we go. Let's see. All right. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Maybe I can hear y'all. Okay, cool. It's still recording this shit, so that's cool. All right.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I am back.
I don't know if it's my phone. My phone be acting janky.
Ashley had to step away and make a call on her phone, so I whatchamacallit, I have switching back to my phone. So I definitely back over there. And you were saying discipline. I know you was touching on discipline before all that shit happened.
Oh yeah. My main thing was discipline, like sticking to my trading plan and making sure that I execute that. And that was one of my things that I wanted to gain confidence in, because this is your own platform. Like you just learning the tools and the skill set into for what the market gives and how to, to be in the market. And one of the things that it was very hard for me is that developing a trading strategy, because you can go with so many other optional opinions from others, but just being confident and disciplined in your own trading plan.
You really can, because this is my fourth one.
Huh?
I say you really can, because this is my fourth one. Like I've been revising. I got in the group at the end of 2016, and I really didn't even take the goddamn group serious for a while, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. I'm gonna try to do it, whatever. But I'm here now or whatever. I didn't really start taking it serious to maybe like March, April of last year. Then I was like, oh, this I can really make something. So I was like trying different trading strategy, and I tried something over here. Then I tried to follow signals. That was a mistake. I tried to follow people trades. That's a mistake. Like you'll lose money behind following good traders.
Yeah.
Like I've lost money behind putting in trades behind like Drew and Rowe, and it wasn't because they were wrong or that I was wrong. Whatever. It's like how am I going to put a trade in? I don't know what equity he has to like sustain. I don't know what time frame he's looking at. I don't know. What his target percentage is or whatever. Like it was a play that I think Drew had that was like negative 1,200 that went to 8,000. If you got in on that play like him and only had 1,000, when they closed you out at 1,000, you mad as a motherfucker. But you wasn't looking at it from his trading plan. You gotta. I mean, you gotta look at your own.
Yeah, and that's what that's what I was saying about the demo accounts, is that I have a trading plan to where whether it goes in the negative or not, when I come back, it's gonna tell me I'm in 1,000, because I already knew that that's where it's gonna go, and I'm confident that my account can hold that pullback. So
that the pullback won't take.
Yeah, and exactly. So it's just I've opened up so many demo accounts with same my same trading strategy, and I see that it works. Like the same thing, I did it for 2 months. As long as I've been in the group, and I see that it consistently has been working, and I see my profits are growing. So I'm like, okay, trade, but it's just my thing is just the candlesticks that I have to be more sure of. Like I can read some of them, get some of them, but it's just I have so many questions about them. Like it's just it's just I don't know. It's just too much questions that I have for one little candlestick.
I mean, there's a whole candlestick encyclopedia. So I mean, there are tons of questions and tons of patterns and stuff like that. And I mean, I think what we'll do too, so we'll get the information about like exactly how to recognize. Because I know I've heard like it's not only the candlestick as far as like pattern, but it's also like position. If this candle was positioned a little bit up here and stuff like that.
Have you heard about the average average candles?
The average candles, what's that?
Well, you're pretty much supposed to read the candle and pretty much read it based on where it's gonna go next. So some people go based on 10 candles, 5 candles. And that's something I'm still trying.
Oh yeah, I've heard that called candlestick addition, when they look at the last 10 or whatever and kind of like see. What it's gonna go to
Exactly.
whatever.
Exactly.
You know, and see, you can use that with Fibonacci.
With the you said you could use that with the Fibonacci?
Oh yeah, because like you will look at the like last 10 candles, and the last 10 candles, maybe they're like lined up like this, like like maybe like a weird consolidation or some shit like that. And you like
Yeah.
read candlesticks, and so after you read it, and you like, ooh, like the way these are positioned, it's looking like it's about to go up. It looks like it's gonna go up strong, and then you'll lay the Fibonacci on it, and you'll be like, "Ah, look at it! It's sitting in between the 50 and the 60. That's why it's go." So you've been confirmed. Your candlestick points up, and when you draw the Fibonacci, you see the Fibonacci is in the sweet spot, hopping from a 50 to a 61.8, and you're like, "Ah, that's my confirmation I need right there."
Yeah. That's okay. That helped. That really good. Because that was my main thing is just when I read the candle current back to at least 4 candles back. So current
Mm-hmm.
would be 1, 5, and 4 some are 5. And it really does help. Like I tried the whole, averaging out the candles and going based on what candlestick will go up. And it works, but it's just my main thing is now that when I'm in the trade and I see another candle forming and it's telling me it's a gravestone, then I'm like, okay, and then I wait for the confirmation, and the confirmation is not ending that trend, and I'm like, I guess I just have to get another, get more details onto the candlestick patterns, and
Yeah, I think what's that?
I say I'm gonna reach out. I think I'm gonna reach out to Drew too because that was something I've been saying that I need to get done packed for 2018.
Yeah, Drew got
Just
some
to
good
get that.
he got some good candlestick game. He whatchamacallit. He tell you a lot of different little stuff about the candles because he told me about the positioning part, and I know he was telling Ashley about like the different like mean ass continuation candles, like a Mary Bozo, like right here on the pound. This candle right here is a Mary Bozo. So if you catch a Mary Bozo on the downtrend, you can damn bet your next dollar that the next two are going to be followed by Mary Bozos. Or not
Exactly.
even followed by Mary Bozos, but just followed by the same patterns or whatever. And so like
Yeah.
and that's really how I ride cryptos is just finding those finding those rallies and just go.
Yeah, and then even the continue. Have you heard about the engulfing pattern?
Oh yeah, those are pretty good. I think one is a dark cloud cover. That's a
Yeah,
really good one.
and then there's another one that I came across. When you see a whole bunch of doji, it's a high cloud. What's it called? High range. No, high wave pattern. With the high wave pattern, I'm still trying to figure out that one. You know what? I guess when you guys pull up on Drew, you guys gonna have to do like a one-on-one, and then send some information or do a class or something.
Yeah, and so we'll definitely do something like that. Either do like a class or some videos or whatever. Because I know for me, and that's why I definitely that's why we putting up on Drew today to get some more information. Because I know for me, when it comes to reading candlesticks, whenever I see a bunch of dojis together, like for me, I normally think that's a reversal pattern, but like I don't lock in and say, oh, that's a reversal pattern. I more or less leave my mind open to be like, okay, all them dojis right there, something about to switch up. Either something about to
Yeah,
switch up or continue. Then I use something else to confirm that. So like I'll look at the dojis and it lets me know instantly that something getting ready to change. Then maybe I'll lay the Fibonacci. I'm not the Fibonacci, but the Bollinger, and you'll see that the Bollinger band is narrow and is at the bottom. So a narrow Bollinger band means it's getting ready to open up. Open Bollinger Band is about to get narrow again. And then like so you either use a Bollinger Band or you'll draw your Fibonacci at that point and see, okay, well, what this bouncing off of? Or like we were talking about earlier is when like, like right now it's looking like it's looking like it got down here and it stalled out right here or whatever, and it's looking like it's starting to bounce up. So let's say that's how I'm feeling. My initial thought is feeling that this is getting ready to bounce up or whatever. Now really this could be a flag getting ready to continue down, or this could be a rejection getting ready to go up. So right now I need confirmation. Well, first off, I only got one wick rejecting it, and it's not a mean ass rejection, so I'm not just strong that that's gonna go up. So another thing I need to do, I need to zoom out. I need to see has this area been met with some, has this area been respected? And it's funny because we drew
yeah,
this line down. Look at it, it's been respected right here.
yeah.
It's been respected here. Which way am I in on the pound? Okay, good. It's been respected right here. Like right now, it's definitely looking like. Let me see what's happening over there. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to confirm. I'm on a 15 minute too. That might be a quick little scalp. Let me see. What's
Let
the
me see.
15?
Can you when you finish, can you zoom back in?
Yeah. I'm available today. I'm to the shit. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are my actual like trading days. And even when I'm not trading, I'm gonna be trying to fix up that Excel sheet and just work on stuff, whatever. Just gain a little bit more information, and just trying to get more comfortable with my trading shit as well. So yeah, I definitely be able to get in.
So you say on what's today? Today's what? Gosh, my days are horrible. Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
Tuesday,
you do
Wednesdays, and
webinars
Thursdays.
Wednesday and Thursday?
What you say about webinar?
When do you do this pop-up webinars?
Wednesday, every Wednesday, I'll definitely be on from. It's gonna be 7 to 11. Like even if I'm the only person in here, like I'll just be sitting here recording the screen while I trade and just go through the stuff, whatever. But 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. here, I'll be in here trading, and I'll be trading my 20% account and cryptos as well or whatever. Because I got one set on the Litcoin, so when Litcoin break, I'm definitely gonna get in on the buy on that one. So I'll be doing at least 2 pairs per 20% account, and on the other crypto account, maybe just like one crypto per. But every Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm gonna be on Google Hangouts going, and then when I'm finished, share it to the group. So I'll definitely be on there.
Okay. And about crypto, what in the account to start off trading crypto?
Well, let's see. If you're just starting out on
500,
crypto,
is it 1,000?
well, it depends on the broker because if you're on JAFX, so JFX allows you way more leverage, so you can really get on there. If you're gonna do small lot sizes only, you can really get on there with 150 and fuck with all the cryptos. But if you
Ooh, you should have never told
really can't,
me that.
I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin at zero point zero 0.01 on 150 in your JFX account. I know like every rally will get you like somewhere between 60 to 75 bucks on like a smallest zero point zero 0.01. I think Drew shared one yesterday where he was showing how his 0.01s and JFX had like one up or whatever. So like if you got like 500, yeah, so you got about 500, you can do more.
Yeah, that's what mines look like because that's why I asked what is the minimum because most of my points lot sizes are penny lots. I don't go higher than what I'm not what I know for sure I don't have in my account. So what I do is I stay in the 0.1, the 0.2, the 0.3, and my accounts the cryptos be looking like into 2000s, and I have this one little joint. I call her a joint. She a Spanish joint though. I kid you not. I started. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a second. On my phone. It's gosh, where is it? I know it's XMR and it's with Bitcoin.
XR. Which one is that? I know XR is Ripple, so that's one of them.
I mean, and even my Ether and Bitcoin, I did a 0.1, and it's at 20. It's at 200 right now.
See, beautiful.
And I have another one that's at, I'm grateful for those small lot size because that's my way to go. I'm in the clear for risk management.
Oh wow, you just put me on a